recorder running here, and then we can begin. Alrighty.
Yeah, it's doing good.
Minor, well, not really minor, but some backstory information to the beginning of this campaign. You are all in the city of Asgard. Exactly where you are in the city of Asgard, I am not immediately sure of, but you are all in the city of Asgard. I'll leave it up to you where you guys are at. Asgard City is the second largest human capital in all of in the whole country of Gardia. It is here in the palace, which if you're looking at the map, you'll notice you're at like a crossroads, and then that leads up to like a wall with a door there. That's actually the palace gate there. But this, the city of Asgard is ruled by the royal paladin Peridian. He is basically the second in command, if you will, of the city. King Darius is the king of all of Gardia. But if King Darius and all of his heirs were to fall, the royal paladin Peridian would be the next in line for the throne. Peridian himself actually rules the entire city of Asgard, and he keeps paladins as basically the royal guard, if you would. The city of Asgard is absolutely huge. Again, it's the second largest city in all of Gardia. The biggest, of course, being where the king himself rules. In the city, there are several inns, several taverns, shops. To the northeastern portion of the city, you can see a massive cathedral. It actually looks similar to Notre Dame Cathedral. The cathedral is to the moon god Lunarian. Meanwhile, on the southwestern part of the city, there is a second cathedral. It's designed more dark in nature, if you will. It is to the demon god Baal. She's the sun goddess Celestia.
Wait. Baal? As
Baal.
in B-H-A-A-L?
B-A-A-L.
Okay.
Baal.
Because that matters. There's actually a god in D&D called Baal, B-H-A-A-L. It's an ancient god. And anyone who's played those Baldur's Gate games knows who he is, and he's not fun.
No, he's not.
He's not the god of death. He's the god of killing people.
Right.
Yeah, he's the god of murder.
Yep. But no, his
Before.
so you have the Cathedral of Lunarian, and you have the Temple of Baal. Besides that, again, there is various shops, taverns, what have you, all over the place. As you start your adventure, each of you has somehow made your way to Asgard. A couple of nights ago, however, as each of you were camping out in your various camps or at the inns or wherever you were about 3 nights ago, you all recall that you saw two really bright lights in the sky. They were almost like shooting stars in that they traveled across the sky, except that these were massive lights, and they very clearly came crashing down into the planet itself. The two lights have since then disappeared, and no one is quite sure where they went. But
They
you
came
do
crashing down into the earth.
Yeah, the two bright lights came flying into the planet, and they seem to have crashed somewhere, but you're not entirely certain where.
We know roughly what direction, but they're too far away, so we can't pinpoint a location.
Right.
Did we feel any concussion from them?
You did not feel any concussions from them, actually.
Alright, so they were really far away then.
Yeah. So each of you is now here in the city of Asgard. Each of you can go ahead, since I'm recording this, let's go ahead and have each of you name yourself off, name your character, and give a minor backstory of your character. Just some little 2-minute snippet or whatever. It doesn't even have to be that long. Just 10 lines if you want. So, let me open up, whoops, I didn't realize that was in the middle of the screen. Let me open up the Skype call, and I guess I'll just go in line of who's in the Skype call here and what order they're in. So we'll start out with Mark.
Hello, I'm Falling Star. You might remember me from such Sureen Ink broadcasts as Minecraft Let's Play and some other one. Sorry. But no, seriously, you can call me Falling Star. I'm also known as Freerefill. If you want my name, it's Mark, but that's not as fun. Fair warning, I have the most D&D experience out of everyone here. And welcome back, Luca. Your mic is on. We're doing character introductions, just FYI. I posted some notes. You could read it in the chat. That's sort of where we are at the moment. Anyway, I am playing the character Phoenix, also known as Nyx or Nixie. And she is a harpy thief, kind of a brawler. In terms of backstory, she was the runt of the litter, and so she really never got the attention that she needed, so she gave it to herself. She's grown up sort of a lone wolf, but at the same time, she does have a bit of a noble streak. People who fight to survive, she has a little bit of a soft spot for. She doesn't like bullies, which is cool. And she has come to this city looking to be rich and to make a name for herself. And that's that.
Alrighty, Mia.
Alright. I am Miaharpy, or Mia, and my real name is Leah. It's easy to remember. And my character is Judai Yuki. He is playing as a class that I created called Pokemon Trainer. And Alex, your phone is ringing.
Yeah, it is.
The phone is ringing.
His first Pokemon is the Eevee, which is named Shinichi. Okay. And basically, for his general backstory, Judai lived in a small town, and he met his Eevee trying to get food from a market. So he took Eevee in and decided he wanted to become a Pokemon trainer after that. So now he and Eevee is traveling around to find a person that can help him become a better Pokemon trainer. His personality is, well, he is very nice. Well, and he can be hyperactive on some occasions. And he will help okay. He will help anyone he can, basically. Sorry, I didn't really write down his personality, but I know what it's like.
Yeah, that's understandable. Alright, Alex, if you're off the phone, since I know your phone was ringing, if not, just type so in the chat, and we'll move on to Luca, and we'll come back to you.
I'm good.
Okay.
My name is Alex Watkins, and my screen name is StupidWoWGuy. It says it all on the Skype, I believe. But yeah, I'm playing Maxwell Oaks. His backstory is that he basically grew up in a small farm town with a father who was a big adventurer. Loved to go on journeys and explore the world of, I don't know what world it is. What's it?
Say Faerun. Faerun is the main continent of D&D.
Yeah.
To explore the world of Freerefill. And as he went exploring, he would record in his journal. And one day he got someone, we don't know who, to enchant his journal so that monsters and other sorts of creatures could be summoned from it. And on Maxwell's 20th birthday, he gave that journal to Maxwell so that he could practice magic of his own and hopefully be encouraged to become a great adventurer like his father. But one day, about 5 years ago, his father went missing. He's not necessarily dead, but he's probably trapped somewhere, or yeah, something like that. Yes?
Alright.
Did you want to say something?
I think we're just seeing if that was all you had to say for your character.
Oh, am I going on too long? I'm sorry.
No, it's...
No.
we just wanted to make sure that you had said everything you wanted to say.
But yeah, he's usually very polite, and he likes to read, and likes to basically learn things. So he's going to be using a lot of knowledge checks. And basically the only thing he hates is when people pick on him for his shrimpy size, which he basically is. He's on the lower side of height, and on the lower side of weight and strength. But, yeah.
Alright.
Alright.
Well, alright. Next up is Luca.
Okay. Hi, I'm Luca.
Hi, Luca.
Yeah. Alright, my character is Levia. She is a lizard girl. Yes, that is the official name. And she's obsessed with finding challenge and overcoming that challenge. It's kind of like a drug to her. So she's a junkie.
Alrighty.
And basically, with here, she's just looking to find a new challenge and then, well, beat it.
Makes sense. Alright. Uzuki.
Oh no, it's my turn. No! Anyway, I'm Uzuki, or Elliot. Most people call me Zuki. My character I'm playing is Marie. She is a... Is it Evian? I don't know how to pronounce it. It's,
Yeah, it probably is an Avion.
Evian.
Because, yeah.
I will type that. Let me type it out in chat real quick so I can get double affirmative.
Well,
Yay.
Avariel.
Rivariel, thank you. Rivariel, which is a winged elf. She is an alchemist, a custom class that I made for this session. She is a mix of a healer and a buffer. Heartburn for a second here. Her reason for journeying is her mother, Carolyn, which most people in this group know who that is. She taught her alchemy, and she always wanted to go adventuring, kind of to follow in her mother's footsteps. With that, she alright, let me stop. When she left, Carolyn made Maria an alchemist, a little homunculi called Chim. Chim is her quote-unquote guardian. Being short, she doesn't do much besides help her with alchemy. She's currently in the city to help out, to really see what she can do to help out and learn more of alchemy. Alright.
Alrighty. And I am Sureen Ink. I am the Dungeon Master and writer for this campaign. This campaign, The Tears of Dawn, is actually a campaign built off of another story with the exact same name. The original story doesn't work as a D&D campaign, so I will be manipulating some of the events of the story to make it fit into D&D. So, in essence, I will be trying to stick as close to the original Tears of Dawn for anyone who knows what Tears of Dawn is and where it's from. So hopefully nobody will mind how butchered I made this. Alright, with that, everyone once again is in the city of Asgard. You are free to move about the city of Asgard and do whatever you want at the moment.
Like not sitting on your feet for too long. Ah, my feet are numb.
What time of day is it?
It's about, I'd say, 10 in the morning. Still pretty early.
Alright, well,
Okay.
my daily tasks is, I'm a pickpocket, basically. So what I would like to do is, hang around for a while, try to find a mark, and steal their coin.
Alrighty.
Alright.
As you're making your way around town, you do notice one of the peasants is kind of standing and staring at random things. He doesn't seem to be paying attention at all.
Alright. Let's see. In the street. Well, what else is in the street here? It's just like a regular street, people?
He's standing near, okay. He's standing near a couple of shops. One of the shopkeepers is actually talking to him, showing off his massive collection of very expensive and exquisite vases. Oh, look at this one, and look at that one. Oh, but wait, this one here is eccentric craftsmanship. Absolutely amazing. Look at the work on this one and the detail. He seems to be mostly paying attention to this particular kind of half-human, half-wolf creature that is kind of talking about the vases that he's selling and everything.
Alright, I would like to take to the air, being a flyer, and pull out my sling and a metal bullet. And what I would like to do is I'd like to find one of the vases that no one is looking at, and I'd like to try to destroy it.
Alright. Make me ranged basic.
Alrighty. Actually, hold on. I need. I didn't
I'll
put my.
switch first. Go
What?
ahead. Go ahead. I was going to say, I'm going to make a comment about the shopkeeper.
You can go ahead
She
and
knows exactly what I'm going for.
Oh, does she now?
Do you want to buy this belt buckle?
Oh.
Look at this hat. I'll show you this hat. He's not a leprechaun.
So people realize that came from Mark. He had a
Yep.
leprechaun try to sell people stuff because someone's bugging him about a shop.
Whoa!
Bang!
Holy cow!
Off to a good start.
First roll of the game, and it's a freaking crit on a vase. Are you
Yes, it
freaking
is.
kidding me?
Hey, I once crit on a cricket. I swear I did. It was
Alright.
chirping, and I was annoyed, so I charged it and I crit on the cricket.
So you pull
could
your
you-
slingshot back, and you aim at the vase, and you let loose on the vase, and the metal bullet goes flying towards the vase, smashes into the vase, ricochets off of the desk, off of the wall behind him, and smashes through the vase a second time as the pieces are kind of flying apart. It smashes through those pieces, and then it ricochets off of another wall, and then goes back and hits the pieces a third time before finally landing off somewhere to the wolf creature's left.
You know what I would have said? It hits the vase, one of the pieces of the vase shatters off and splits the person's wallet from their side.
Actually, that's about to happen. I'm assuming at this point they're distracted.
The wolf creature and the peasant in front of him are now staring at the mess of vase going, what just happened? The wolf creature is crying, tears rolling down his eyes. This was an expensive vase. I spent 5 hours working on this just yesterday.
Alright, I would like to swoop down and take whatever I can get. I'm going to aim for the dangly bits of purses that I can find on either the shopkeep or the peasant or both.
Alrighty. Make me
I don't really care if I get caught, but I just want to make it quick.
Alright. Make me a thievery.
I will do that.
So what, breaking the vase was for fun? Because I don't care if I get caught.
No, that was a distraction. I just needed a little extra
It's
time.
a distraction so you don't get caught. If you don't care if you get caught, you don't need the distraction.
I do need this. I need because I need time to get away. I don't care if they see me and run after me. I just need enough time to get down there, get the purses, and GTFO.
Alright, so 21, not bad. You swoop down, you snatch the purse from the peasant, and you reach out for the wolf shopkeeper's purse, but you reach out, but you don't end up actually snagging hold of it. Instead of returning to try and snatch it again, you continue to fly off, I would assume. I mean, that would be up to you, I guess, but...
If I failed the first time, yeah, probably wouldn't push my luck. It really wouldn't be me. I'd just, stick with what I have from the peasant.
Alrighty. Opening the peasant's purse, you find in it a measly 1 gold.
Woohoo! One gold!
Hey, you know what? That's food for 2 or 3 days, you know?
Yeah.
Yep.
My character has no home. She's a street rat. This is survival to her.
1 gold richer. Yep.
Yep. And the poor shopkeep is like 5 gold down or something, whatever the vase was.
The vase was probably worth a good 300 gold.
Oh god.
You couldn't steal the vase.
Oh shit! What was
Yeah.
what was it doing at a place that sells 300 gold vases?
That's a question. Why was the peasant there in the first place? Who knows? All you know is that vase was probably worth about 300 gold, and you just smashed it.
He was looking to overcharge his medieval credit card.
Something like that, perhaps.
He's a compulsive buyer.
Right.
Anyway, that's enough for me.
Alright. Anyone else?
Sure. Murray's gonna go to trying to find the apothecary at the town.
Alrighty. You make me a streetwise check.
Oh, fine. Alright. And I would help. I have a hurt finger, so you gotta give me a second. I tend to mess up my checks.
That's fine. D20 equals 2.
20 equals 2.
Not bad. 14. Alright. At first, because of the massive size of the city, you get a little lost. You come to one of the random peasants making his daily routine, and you stop and you ask him, "Where's the apothecary?" The peasant stops and looks at you for a second. He kind of rubs his chin for a moment, and then he says, "Ah, the apothecary, yes. That would be near the Temple of Lunarian." He points up to the massive cathedral that you can see above all of the other buildings, and he says, "If you make your way to the gates of the cathedral, and then you turn off to your right, when you're facing towards the cathedral, rather, it's about 3 doors down, and you will see a potion sign on one of the doors. That is where Apothecary Javert is at."
Alright. Marie's going to thank the person. She's going to bow. And then he gets to see her little flying companion bow in midair. And they follow his directions.
Alrighty. So you make your way over to the apothecary. Anyone else?
Judai, Yuki is asking around if anyone knows any Pokemon trainer experts in the city. So,
Pokemon trainer experts. Alright.
Yeah,
Make me a streetwise
be
check.
to be like a teacher for him. You know.
Yep. Understandable. 11. You ask around the various peasants, and one of them kind of rubs his chin for a moment as he thinks, and he goes, "Ah, I think there's some kind of gym somewhere in the city. Oh, where is it at? It's near the center of town, I believe. Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember where exactly it is. If you make your way towards the center of the city, I'm sure you'll find it." He points to the skylight and he says, "That there is the castle. That there is Asgard Castle. I'm sure that if you make your way to Asgard Castle, the paladins there may be able to give you better directions. The gym is somewhere around there, though. I cannot remember where."
Awesome, thanks a lot. And Judai Yuki heads off.
Alrighty.
The direction of the castle.
Alex or Luca?
Excuse me, go on. You go.
Well, okay. So, Nixie, her trait other than being a brawler is being a womanizer. And knowing one of the women's in the group, she's going to follow Phoenix and just watch. And see if she gets into trouble. If she did, she would have helped.
Alrighty. So, your character is now following Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the question is, did anybody see me run off with coin purses? Or see me just wear the vase and then chase after me?
I guess it would be me, since I wasn't really ever taking my eyes off, but
Yeah, I.
Well, by people I mean people for you to beat up.
Yay!
Yeah. No one actually saw that it was you. They just know a metal bullet came flying out of nowhere by this point because Wolfie's found the bullet. So he knows that a bullet came flying out of nowhere, smashing the vase. He's still in tears, but no one knows where it came from. Considering how much it ricocheted, nobody knows anything about it.
Quick, inspect the naked lizard girl.
And you did fly down pretty quick and snatch away the peasant's purse. He honestly hasn't even noticed that his purse is missing yet. So no one has actually seen what you did.
Except for the one who was watching me.
Except
Oh
for the one that
well,
was
sorry.
watching you.
I'll be more conspicuous next time.
Yep.
Yeah, even I won't notice you do it.
Alex?
Okay, I'm going to try to investigate these meteors. So, is there some sort of astronomical scientist or astromancer or anything here?
You could do a streetwise check to ask the peasants around you to find out if there is some form of
Whoa.
guy somewhere.
Wait, did I roll that or did I accidentally just say
yeah,
20?
that's you rolled a d20 and it rolled 20, so that's good. Did you have any modifiers with your streetwise, or was it 0?
No, it was 0.
Okay. So nice. You got a natural 20 then on a streetwise check. Very nice.
So I go around asking, or do you describe it?
Well, you can describe it too if you want, but basically the basic idea is that you go around and you ask various peasants if there's any astronomers nearby. One of the peasants, when you mention astronomer, one of the peasants nods at you and says, yes, I do know where the astronomer is. But you won't find him at his lab. He was called in by the royal paladin Peridian himself. I don't know why Peridian called him. The royal paladin never calls on anyone, especially not astronomers. He doesn't believe in that kind of stuff. But for some odd reason, after the lights went flying through the sky, he called upon the astronomer, and the astronomer has been there day in and day out since the lights flew through the sky. And perhaps he's there for some reason for that.
Okay. Well, I suppose I'll wait for the other to regroup because Maxwell kind of shy and he doesn't want to go trounce right up to the castle on his own. He wants to have backup.
Alrighty. Uzuki, you reach the apothecaries, and as you reach the apothecary's place, you watch as a paladin starts to walk past you. He's this man in very heavy white armor. The paladin stops, and then he turns back at you and he stares at you for a moment. He then steps up to you and says, hang on. Crap, you don't have your character up there. What was your character's name again? Yuki? There's Marie. Okay. Oh, there she is. Okay.
My mic was muted. Anyway, sorry. I said it was here, and my bad.
Sorry. So the paladin steps up to you and taps you on the shoulder, and he goes, "You there? Are you Marie Raglan?"
Yes, I am. Who might be asking?
The Royal Paladin Peridian has requested your immediate audience.
May I ask on their what reasoning? Or what reason, rather?
The Royal Paladin has heard of your mother, and he knows of who you are. He believes that you may be able to help in discerning the two lights that flew through the sky 3 days ago.
Very well. May you lead me the way. I am still new to the city.
Paladin,
Wait. Rather.
the Paladin nods and gives you a bow and says, "This way." And he starts to lead you to the castle. Meanwhile, Judai, you start to approach the castle, and there in the midst of the fountain, you see 4 people just kind of sitting there and conversing with each other.
Yeah, they're in the fountain.
Yeah, I just realized that. Let me move them out of the fountain itself. These 4 people are conversing with one another, and as you get near them, you hear something about those lights in the sky. And they're an omen, a terrible, terrible omen.
Okay, Judai, Yuki's going to walk up to them and it's like, what omen?
The man in the purple robe with the very long beard turns to you, and he has an absolute look of absolute fear on his face. He goes, "Don't you know? Don't you know about the lights?"
Well, yeah, I saw the lights, but I don't know what they are.
The man standing next to him in the kind of yellowish green tunic, he turns to you and he kind of looks you over for a moment and he says, "This old man, he says that the lights are an omen that the gods themselves are angry with us. He fears that the lights we saw in the sky were two of the gods coming down upon our world. He believes they're planning to destroy the entire world." He waves the old man off and says, Don't listen to him. He knows nothing." In which case, one of the paladins nearby comes stepping up to you, and he looks you over and he says, "You there, would you perhaps be Judai Yuki?"
Yeah, how you know my name?
The paladin shrugs for a moment and says, "I have no idea exactly how the royal paladin himself knows of you. However, the Royal Paladin Peridian has requested your immediate audience."
Alright. Lead the way to him then.
Alright. Alex, where is your character at this exact moment?
Actually, I was thinking of going over to the center of town because that would be a good meeting spot.
Alrighty.
But I'm gonna try to run an insight check on these paladin guys because I don't quite trust them. They seem really, really watchful, and like I don't like that kind of feeling. So, I guess insight check.
Alrighty. Well, first you have to arrive, and you arrive, so you can move your token up into the square here.
Where is my token? I do not see him. Or do I gotta move him myself?
If you didn't place it on the map, then he's not on the map yet.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I go and take him from another map?
Yeah. If you go up to the select map, you can click on grasslands, If you right-click your token there, you can save it into a folder, and then you can use that and put it onto the map.
Okay. Oh, it says could not save token. Access is denied. What's that?
I have no idea why it would do that. Let me switch over to the grasslands. I'll save Maxwell for you, and then I will put it on the thing here for you.
Alright.
Maxwell, Fozzie, and Robbie.
Yeah.
Alright, back to Asgard. Asgard always takes a moment to load because there's 60 tokens. Maxwell and Robbie and Fozzie. Alright. So,
Alright.
there you go. You should have control over them. They should have saved with your ownership. Yeah, okay. They did. So you can move them freely, move them around freely. We'll have to figure out why that's not saving later.
And there's my insight.
As you arrive, you listen to the paladin speaking to Judai. You examine the paladin, attempting to discern anything you can about what he's saying. You don't seem to have any reason not to believe that this paladin is in fact looking specifically for Judai. The paladin seems nice.
Okay. Alright.
And then the paladin notices you and makes his way over. And he says, "Ah! Are you by any chance Maxwell Oaks?"
Yes, sir. Anything I can do for you?
The Grand Paladin Peridian is looking for you, just as he is looking for Judai over here. And he points towards Judai. He says, "We believe the three of you, along with two others that should be arriving shortly, may have the ability to better discern about those lights that were in the sky 3 days ago."
Oh, what a coincidence. I've also been looking for the astronomer, and he is in Peridian's quarters or near them. I will happily go with you.
The paladin nods and says, "Very well, come along." Nixie, Nixie and Levia. As you're continuing to wander the streets, a paladin steps up towards you, and he looks at you, very big and bulky. He's got a very strong look on his face. He stares at Nixie for a moment. He says, You're the thieving osprey, aren't you?"
I glance up at Levia, who's a lot bigger than me. I'm like 4.5 feet tall, maybe a bit less. And I don't care how big this guy is. It's like, I actually giggle a little bit at his menacing approach, and I'm like, yeah? What of it?
"The Royal Paladin Peridian has heard of your, how do you say, what's the word?
Reputation?
Allegedly.
Reputation?
Yes, reputation, thank you. The Royal Paladin Peridian has heard of your reputation. The Royal Paladin the Royal Paladin has noticed that you have entered his city, and while, as far as we are aware, you have not done anything yet in the city, he wishes to catch you beforehand. However, know that Peridian has great power. He is willing to pardon you of your okay, now the word's not reputation at this point, it's pardon you of
Criminal
your
record.
act, something like that.
My criminal record.
Yeah, your criminal record, that's it. He's willing to pardon you of your criminal record under the condition that you help him with something.
Well then. You know, that's a hell of an offer, but, considering you're outnumbered and outmatched, you have to sweeten the deal. Maybe a little bit of coin.
And the paladin growls a little at that. But then a second paladin approaches and puts his hand on the first paladin's shoulder and says, "Buddy, just do whatever she needs. The royal paladin wants her and the lizard girl next to her. So whatever she needs, just give it to her and bring them both so that we can bring them both to the royal paladin. You know how Peridian is. He wouldn't be happy if we were unable to complete the task he gave us." And the first paladin grumbles, pulls out his purse and hands it to you. Within it is about 60 gold.
I tossed the purse up and down in my claw a few times. Lead the way!
The paladins then turn to Levia and says, "You as well. Come along."
No. I don't go along just because you gave my friend gold.
Oh, come on, Levia. Listen, if the paladin wants something to do with these lights, whatever the hell they are, you know he's not going to be the only one. There's going to be all types of fortune seekers and adventurers, perfect people for you to beat up.
If this guy gives me a spar, I'll go.
What, the paladin?
Yeah.
Alright, people, back up!
Alrighty. Alrighty, so the paladin grumbles and he readies his fists and says, "Fine, but no weapons."
Yeah, we're both laughing.
I'm actually acting at this point. This is what Nixie's doing. I mean, Levia's doing.
Yes, as is Nixie. We are both laughing.
And the paladin just stares at you and then finally says, "Well, come on then. Hit me."
So, should I roll an attack for this?
Yep, roll an attack.
I'm going to use open the gate of battle.
Oh my god, no that attack.
Alrighty.
Oh boy.
23 versus reflex. Alright. What kind of move is this exactly? How does it work?
It
Like,
says
what is it that you do when you're making the move?
she's moving very suddenly and catching her foe unprepared, and she starts her attack.
Okay.
That's very quite literally what the flavor text says, and I think it worked perfectly.
Alrighty. So you just kind of like suddenly like throwing a punch at him or something like that then?
I'd say she suddenly moves forward and launches a punch straight for his gut.
Alrighty. You fly forward, smack him straight in the stomach. Roll me a damage roll, please.
Okay.
Nice,
Plus
14
1d10.
damage. The paladin
Hold on.
is...
Plus 1d10 if he was at full hit points.
This is true.
Right.
So 14 plus 7, whatever that is.
21.
21. I fail at math. So, alright. 21 damage. You rush forward, you smash right into his stomach. The paladin collapses to the ground. His buddy just kind of stares at him, shakes his head, and sighs.
You know, I would loot the corpse, but he already gave me his purse.
The paladin slowly sits up, holding his stomach, and goes, "Oh man, that was a heck of a punch." Oh.
Alright, I guess I'll go, you pansy. There's gotta be someone tougher than you around here.
The paladin's buddy there just shakes his head and says, "I'm sorry, that's Joseph. He tries to be tough, but he's probably the weakest of the bunch." He reaches down, helps his buddy to his feet, then smacks him on the back, and he promptly falls to the ground again.
You're gonna have to show me to someone stronger than that eventually.
The paladin's buddy looks at you and says, "Well, I suppose you could always try sparring with the royal paladin if you wish. I wouldn't recommend it. He would destroy you in a single swing, but..." He shrugs.
Sounds challenging. Sounds like I really want to do it. It sounds like I'm gonna do it, and then if I lose, I'm gonna do it again.
Well then, now that you've had your fun, can we make our way to the castle?
I guess.
Follow me then.
Your
He
buddy's
reaches
already been
down.
knocked out and looted. That's kind of sad.
He reaches down, picks his buddy up, throws him over his shoulder, and then begins walking towards the castle. At this point, after a few moments, the whole group arrives. If you would move your tokens up to where the castle gate itself is. The others have been waiting here at the castle gate for you two. The paladin that had directed all of you there is waiting there as well. He takes one look and he says, "Ah, you've all arrived. Wonderful." He claps his hand and says, "Open the gate. Let them through." The paladins in front of you, I'm not going to bother moving the tokens around. The paladins in front of you promptly step out of the way and open the gate.
Aww.
And then you are all led into the throne room of the Royal Paladin Peridian. And where are my
This place looks
paladins?
familiar. I'm thinking the same thing.
My paladins
This
are
place
not
looks
here. for
evilly
some reason.
familiar.
Oh wow, yeah, I remember it.
Evil.
There you go. I don't know why they weren't there, but they weren't there for some reason. I think these tokens are on the hidden layer. They are, so let's unhide them.
Not to mention with that throne, it's like final boss. Just it screams final boss.
You enter.
Really far.
Jafar, we missed you.
You enter the you enter the throne room of Asgard Tower. Around you is several paladins, all lined in a row, keeping very adamant guard over the quote-unquote king in this aspect. His royal vizier, a very crooked and dark-looking man, stands next to him. He has a parrot on his shoulder and a serpent-like staff in his hand.
Oh my god.
The royal paladin, Peridian, sits upon his throne, and he is dressed in the most amazing and brilliant armor you have ever seen. This armor literally shines almost like it's as bright as the sun.
Oh yeah.
At this point, Levy is going to immediately exclaim, "Hey, you must be the actual strong one. You owe me a scar."
Anyway, censor on map, please. Show the player the current map, because Alex doesn't know how to. Alex doesn't know the map to shit. Or Alex doesn't have the camera as well as we do yet.
There you go.
Or,
Yeah. By the way, Alex, you can right-click and move the map around as well.
Oh yes, I know.
Right-click and drag. So.
yeah.
I was just expecting to go onto a new map.
Nope. I have all of the Asgard stuff all on one map.
You know what's
So.
funny? I've been playing D&D over a year, and I never knew right-clicking and drags the map.
Really? I do it all the time.
I had to scroll out and scroll back in to
That sucks.
That's actually kind of sad, a little bit.
That's a little bit sad.
I didn't. Oh well.
Oh well. Anyway, the paladin that has led you all into the throne room makes his way towards the royal paladin, Peridian himself, waving for all of you to follow him.
Well, you see, Levia already had her outburst. So she's walking to spar.
Give me a
Decorum is not in her vocabulary.
Alright, yes, good part.
The royal paladin is sitting there upon his throne. And as you enter, he stares at you all, and he says, "Really? These are the ones that I called? I thought they would be a little more battle-hardened."
We can always turn back if you want.
I'll battle harden you. Get over here.
Trim.
I don't know why I'm here anyway.
Don't go calling people and insult them. Get over here.
Peridian stands to his feet, hearing Levia's calling to him. He smirks and he says, "Ah, I see one of you has spirit."
I'll spear you too. Get over here.
He grabs the massive two-handed sword that is attached to his throne room, and he holds it forward and he smiles and he says, "Do you wish to try me?"
Yeah? If you want to wave that big toy around too, you can. I don't care.
He holds a hand out and waves to you and says, "Very well. Come at me. I'll let you lay the first blow."
Close your eyes, Chim.
I'm actually rather tired of you guys always being able to do that. The last person that let me take the first blow went down in the first blow. I kind of want more than that this time.
Just a reminder, you can't use open the gate file yet because...
That's not her idea. Like, this
Alright.
isn't... I haven't even rolled initiative. This isn't even...
Well,
Just-
again, you just used it and you didn't realize you had a short rest, so...
Yeah.
It's scripted.
He understands.
We're not
I'm sure he
fighting.
understands. But yeah, there hasn't been short rest yet, whatever.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Right?
I
But-
know how D&D works, Mia.
Alright.
I played the game.
It was only a reminder.
anyway,
Sorry if I...
Is he going to attack Levia? Because I'm quite interested in seeing what he does.
Fridian's just going to stand there, and he says, "If I go down in the first blow, you can have my entire kingdom. How about that?"
Do it!
I have
Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it!
no
Do it!
interest
Do it!
in your
Do it!
entire
Do it!
kingdom. I want a good fight. Come at me, you pansy.
Levia, do it. Levia, do it. Do it. Levia, Levia, haven't asked you for much. Levia, do this. Do this for me. Levia.
Fridian shrugs,
Yeah.
puts his sword back, and says, "Fine, if you are a coward." And then he promptly sits back on his throne.
You're the one refusing to strike, and I'm the coward.
He's telling you to come at him, you're just standing there going, "Nope."
She's standing there saying, "You strike first." She spits at the floor and walks away.
Alrighty.
And away as in out.
Alrighty. Fridian watches as Levia leaves, and he shrugs and says, "I gave her a chance. Whatever." He then turns to the others and says, "All of you, you are the adventurers that the astronomer told me would be the ones that I needed to find. He said the stars pointed to you. Apparently you are capable of discerning the truth behind the lights in the sky." He waves and says, "Come, step forward."
Listen, pal, I'll do anything that you want as long as I get paid.
Judai Yuki, Judai is just going to go ahead and step forward. He doesn't know what's going on, but he is always willing to help out.
Actually, I gotta be realistic. I'm gonna be about here since he just spoke up again.
Looks around, sees everyone moving forward, and steps forward. Hides.
Alrighty. Alex,
permission.
since I'm recording this, I'd like it, because I can't actually screen capture the chat, so I'd like it if you play your character, if you speak whatever your character says.
Okay. So can we please see this astronomer, sir?
Peridian nods and he claps his hands and he shouts, "Bring in the astronomer."
Charm does flip her hands and waves at the Miaharpy next to her.
One of the paladins leaves the room. Then a moment later, he comes back into the room. Behind you is a fairly young man with brown hair. He's carrying a book in his hand, and he's wearing a pair of glasses on his face. The paladins usher him forward, and he steps up towards your group. And he says, "Sir, you have called for me again?" Peridian nods, and he waves to your group and says, "These adventurers, are these the ones that you asked? Are these the ones that you said I needed to call upon?" The astronomer, named Shad, kind of glances around at you for a moment. He scratches his head for a moment and he says, "Honestly, sir, I don't know what they look like. The stars just gave me names." Peridian nods and then looks back to your group and says, "Here is the astronomer."
Hiya. Nice to meet ya.
So what? And don't think you're out of that fight yet. I will fight you one day.
Fridian,
Yeah.
Fridian chuckles at Levia and says, "You had your chance. You were the coward that did nothing."
You were the one who sat down when I told you to strike. You're the coward. You're the one who stepped away from the fight. Don't insult me.
Oh boy.
I ushered
Nixie
for
groans.
you to
Listen,
be first. I
people.
ushered first for you to strike. You
It
were the
doesn't matter.
coward.
The only thing that matters is that we get paid.
Nixie, it's a good thing you're pretty.
Hey,
Damn right.
you need to see Charm nod. That's true.
So, are we going to get paid? And how much?
You just got paid 60 gold.
Shut up!
The Royal Paladin nods at you and says, "If you can discover the truth behind the two lights, I will pay you handsomely. However, your first task involves searching for a man. You see, 4 nights ago, simply one night before the lights appeared in the sky, there was an old man, Goodwin I believe was his name. He came into the castle and began muttering something about a prophecy. I do not believe in
Sorry.
I do not believe in prophecies and superstitious crap like that. As such, I naturally had him thrown out. But then the lights appeared. At that moment, I suddenly realized perhaps I should have listened. Doesn't matter though. What
was the old
matters
man?
is the here and now.
What was
What
the old man's name?
matters- Hmm?
What was the old man's name?
Goodwin. Goodwynn. I'll type it in the chat for you.
I got it, thank you.
Emily,
Hmm?
my question.
What question?
How much-
How much experience for the paladin? Nothing.
I defeated a foe.
It was a
Wow, one
minion.
experience.
Nothing.
It was a minion. Had 1 hit point.
Yeah, something like that.
Minions
And I
like
hit him
headbutt.
for 21 hit points. I think I killed him.
Headbutt.
Anyway,
He's still lying there twitching, or wherever he got put.
his buddy carried him to the castle. He's in the
Yeah, where he
infirmary
got
right
put,
now.
Just twitches.
So Goodwin announces about Goodwin there. Before Peridian can speak any further, a paladin steps in and announces, "Sir, Ranger General Robert and Knight General Minos have arrived." You turn behind you and you watch as a very tough-looking man in gold and blood-red armor steps in. Along with him, a man in a green cloak with a hood, carrying a rather large bow in his hand, step in. Both of them look battle-hardened, as if they have seen many a battle. Naturally to be expected, of course, being that they are the generals of their respective classes.
Knight General, eh? Knight General? What?
Knight
Hey,
General and Ranger General.
hey.
Yep.
How's it going?
Minos
Hi.
stares at you.
Care to spar?
Minos cracks his knuckles and holds out his fists.
Levia, having already recently cracked her knuckles, just cracks her neck and gets ready.
Minos waves.
Levia waves. This is exciting, isn't it?
Oh boy.
She's tired of making the first move. She's waiting for him.
Peridian sighs and waves to Minos. Minos rolls his eyes. Then he steps forward.
Hmm.
26 versus your AC.
Just barely. No, I'm kidding. Little hit.
16 damage.
She gives a loud oof and nearly slides back a bit, but she manages to hold her ground. She's like, oh, finally. Someone threw a good punch.
Oh, excuse me, I had that wrong. That was actually 27 versus AC and 15 damage. I read the sheet wrong.
But it hits, and it actually doesn't bloody her this time.
Alrighty.
By 1 point.
At 1 point. And at 1 point.
No, 1 point.
Man, that was bloody. My characters.
After that, she actually just holds her arm out in the handshake and smiles.
Minos nods, shakes her hand. He doesn't
she
speak a
may be
word.
kind of foolish sometimes, but she knows when she's not going to win, and she'd much rather just admit defeat at the moment and then train to be better than him.
Alrighty.
And then she noms a health potion,
Nom nom nom.
because she had one.
Minos and Robert make their way around the paladins over here to that section there. Minos and Robert stop before Peridian and give a bow. Peridian looks to Robert and says, "What's the news?" Robert sighs. "Not good, Peridian. Not good at all. We scouted ahead towards Goodwin's cave, where you told us that he would be located. We can't even get any further than the plateaus to the north. There's an army of undead making their way here." Peridian's eyes go wide at this, and he goes, "Undead? But how can this be?" Minos grumbles and says, "We have no idea how these undead have come to be. We only know that there is an army on their way. Perhaps they are related to the lights we saw." Robert then speaks up and says, "Sir, whatever it is, whatever has brought these undead is likely also the cause of the Minotaurs."
It's Dread Knight. Oh god.
Peridian scratches his chin for a moment and says, "Yes, the Minotaurs, they've become aggressive lately, haven't they?" Minos nods and says, "I think we should just destroy them all. We have enough of an army. We can take them." Peridian waves his hand and says, "No, we'll not risk that much bloodshed. If something is driving the Minotaurs insane, perhaps we can simply discover what it is. On the other hand, if we have an army of undead on the way, we'll have to deal with them before we can deal with the Minotaurs. Our first order of business should be to find Goodwin. He would know more about the lights in the sky." He then turns to the adventuring group and says, "You, I will have an army of paladins at your back. They will aid you in fighting off the undead armies. However, I am trusting you to make it to Goodwin's cave, find the old man, and bring him here."
Actually, could they be at our front?
Fridian groans and says, whatever.
Well, you see, thing is, we just met and you're throwing us at an army.
No. He's throwing an army at the army. He's just throwing us at an old man.
Yeah, well, that's a technicality. We're still going to eventually be thrown at the army. It's kind of like a boomerang type thing.
Well, how about this then? How about this? See, you're not engaging us to fight the army. You're engaging us to find this old fella. So, if we get put up to this army and we, I don't know, run away, it's not going to affect our handsome reward, is it? Since that's not part of the job.
And I don't think any of us here are stupid enough to fight an army.
Fridian shrugs and says, I suppose not. You are, after all, being commissioned to find the old man.
Alright, I guess I'm okay with this. You keep the army off our back and we'll do what we can.
Now, I didn't listen to a word you said. Where's the old man?
In a cave. How about that?
Where's the cave?
Minos turns to the group and he says, Goodwin's Cave is to the northeast of here, through the plateaus and into, he groans, orc territory.
It's warm up there, right?
He shrugs. It's warm as it is here in Asgard. I mean, it's only a couple of days' journey. It's not like the climate really changes at all.
I've been to places where a couple of days can mean a lot.
Just pack a coat, or whatever the hell it is you lizards pack.
I don't have... Wait, what?
Yeah, you heard me. So how much about this handsome reward? Can I get a number?
Oh, you'll pay for that.
No, I won't.
Fridian nods and says,
No, you...
if you can find the old man and bring him here, alive of course, I will award you 400 gold. Also, I will pay for any travel expenses both there and back.
Now, here's the thing. We're marching, through orc-infested lands and got an undead army on our backs. 400. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Marie's already kind of drooling at the point that he's paying for her traveling because alchemy's expensive.
It sounds good.
You can waive my fee and give it to Nixie if you just promise me there'll be a good fight or two.
You see,
I will do this for 800 gold.
You see, Charm will kick in. 500, or we're not going.
I like this thing, this lord. I like her. 500.
Fridian rubs his chin for a moment, shrugs, and says,
Army,
fine.
undead army. Come on, man.
You should see Charm had the blank stare. You can tell who trained him, or her.
Fridian's entire response is, fine.
Awesome.
Alright, let's do this, guys.
Might be.
500.
He then he makes note, of course, that is actually 500 each. And he then turns to Levia and says, I don't know about undead giving you much of a fight. However, I've heard that the orcs have trolls. If you're looking for a fight.
If you see her, now you see Marie raise her hand.
Yeah, whatever. I'll give half of it to Nixie. I can't be sure.
Now you see Marie raise her hand. Can I have alchemy reagents? If we're fighting trolls, I'm gonna need my fire.
Fridian nods and says, you can make a stop at the apothecaries before you head out. Minos and Robert, by the way, will be accompanying you the entire way.
Yes!
Babysitters.
Look at Attaboy over here.
Well, yeah, you guys want to, especially a Minotaur, because they're so mythical. Like half man, half bull. Really cool.
I'm half girl, half lizard. What do I care?
Well, I hear they're very good sparse.
Okay, now I care a little bit.
I'm actually surprised it's out of character. I'm actually surprised that no one's actually wondering that elf's got wings.
I have wings.
I know, but isn't that kind of rare too? I mean,
I
yeah,
have scales and wings, but mine are vestigial.
Yeah. For me, I wouldn't care much because I grew up around people with wings. But yeah, you got a good point. Avariel are on the rare side.
very rare, as in
3 people in the group have wings. Only 2 of those 3 can actually use them.
We could. I don't know how strong Robbie is. Maybe he could, like, if we're trying to travel, maybe he could ferry us over there.
Is he a what is he actually?
He's a winged elemental. He's a genie, like DJI in
Jin?
yeah.
Jin.
Jin. Is he like a summon?
Yeah, he's my familiar.
Oh, a familiar. I don't think they can lift anything unless you take a feat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
That brings a good point. Oh no, I see. We're probably have travel. All right.
You might as well have called this place Agrabah.
This is Aladdin. Wait a minute, Steve.
I am a street rat.
I think Phoenix represents the Aladdin of this story.
Yeah.
Street terms like that being thrown around.
I'm ready to head out if there's nothing else. Anyone
Only
else?
In here.
The genie isn't the genie, is the one who has Phoenix's back.
Robert and Minos look to the party and say, "We will wait for you at the gates of Asgard's city. Meet us there by noonday. Anyone who is not there on time, we're leaving without you." And then Minos walks off. Robert gives a groan. And
The
then
sudden
follows.
realization that I'm a monkey.
Alright.
It's a boo with a B.
Okay, whatever. I haven't seen a Disney movie in over a year. I have seen The Simpsons recently.
Shintafu.
But I'm the one who's actually always following him or her around and, like, always has her back.
So what all do you guys want to do?
Oh, Marie wants to head to apothecary.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm gonna head to a weapon shop. I have something to buy.
And gold to buy it. Jesus fucking Christ.
So we're going out on the next day, right?
Like noon today.
Oh, no. Alright.
Oh.
Yep. Still the same day, it's just about noonday.
Alright.
Yeah.
Doing what? Well, Levia's gonna keep doing what Nixie's doing.
I think I'll go with Nixie to a weapon shop.
Alrighty. I'll let you guys do your stuff at the weapon shop. And then, when you guys are done,
And suddenly, transitions happen.
yep. It is now about noonday, and you have all arrived at the gate to Asgard City. Again, I don't have a map at the moment, but that's alright.
Okay. And
Okay.
since
Minos and Robert are waiting there at the gate. You can see just outside of the gate that there is a army of about 2 units of paladins, each unit being about 16 man big. There's also a unit of knights, which is about 10 of them, and there is a unit of rangers. There's about 18 of those.
Okay, you gotta cross the 150 threshold to be an army.
Yeah. Anyway. Minos and Robert, of course, are waiting there at the gate. And when you arrive, Minos kind of scoffs a moment and says, "Finally you arrive. I've been waiting."
You teach
Oh, whatever.
Sorry.
Nice to see you too.
Sorry, we had the alchemy. We had to fight trolls. Fire is very important.
Well, we have these things called lives, and we like to go get to them.
Yeah, we have these things called lives that we need a little something to protect.
You've got me protecting yours.
I got other stuff protecting mine, but I'll take you too.
I think it's mainly because I'm free.
Yeah, and big.
That too.
You can see Chim raise her hand. Chim!
Yes,
We're
you're
headed
cute.
into a cave, right?
Alrighty.
That was actually role playing. Just saying.
So Minos looks at you guys for a moment and says, "I assume then, because you're here, you're ready to go."
Yep.
Oh, come on, you were cool earlier. Don't act like a pompous ass now.
Robert looks over the group for a moment, reaches into his pouch, and hands to each of you 2 potions of healing. These potions of healing are unique in that they each give you 10 health if you drink them, but they do not cost healing surges to use.
Ah, okay. Well,
Nixie's just gonna look at him and smile and say, "Where are you trying to put that?" And then she'll pull out her adventure pack to stop messing with him and take them.
I handed 2 potions to Chim, and she puts them up.
Alrighty.
Judai thanks him greatly for the 2 potions. Honestly, awesome.
Mm-hmm. Very
I
useful.
know. That's healing. That's me having to heal you guys.
Yep.
Oh, by the way,
It's the one that I already
Yeah.
used.
I mean, that...
if you wanted to include these in another session where perhaps we
Okay,
certain characters
yeah, okay, I get it. I get what you're going for. I get it. Sureen wants a healing potion that heals them without having to spend a surge.
He only has 2.
I know he does. You know how hard it is not to focus you sometimes? 550 damage.
He's
A crit.
this vile, vicious, person apart ripping vampire.
He did 50 damage yesterday.
83, thank you.
Sorry, 83, my bad. Yeah, and so you guys get it. I host a session on Saturdays. He kicked.
Anyway.
Social feels OP, but who cares?
Moving on then.
Moving on, yep.
He just
Minos-
damage. Sorry, go
Minos
ahead.
turns, unties a horse that is covered in armor very similar to the armor that he's wearing. He mounts up on top of the horse, and then he turns to you and says, "Come along then."
Okay,
And he
so
begins
do
to
we get a horse?
march forward.
Do we get a horse?
Nope.
We're walking.
Fair. I see
I
it.
jump on Levia's back. I get a horse.
She looks
I
up and then
can't
looks
also think called a pun.
she looks up at Nixie and then goes, "You're lucky I like the view."
Enjoy while it lasts.
I'm just gonna fly.
I also ride on Fuzzy.
Robert
Judai will walk.
looks to the party and says, don't mind him. He then
I'm gonna.
heads
He's
off
strong,
to the.
and I'm gonna kick his ass one day.
He walks off to the group of rangers that are over there. He waves for his rangers to follow, and the entire army begins moving forward. You all travel for roughly about 6 or so hours on your way to the northeast. After traveling for about this time, Minos stops you and he points forward and says, "Look ahead. The plateaus. We will have to cross in that path in between the plateaus ahead. You, what am I trying to say? We will march on ahead for you. Meanwhile, we recommend that you stay back. After all, this is the perfect place for an ambush." You all should now be in the pathway map. If you would all scroll to the bottom of the pathway and place your tokens there.
We're
I
going
will
to fight
place
skeletons.
Minos here.
God damn it, Jim.
And
Why are you so small?
Robert
Why are you so big?
here.
Oops, not that one.
Wait, hold on. Jim. And then I gotta find Marie.
Jim is so big!
I know I stayed it small, but I stayed it as small, but I kind of decided to make it tiny. Tiny.
Save it. Save it so you won't forget.
There. Yes.
Do-do-do-do-do.
By this point, Jim is kind of hugging onto Marie's back. I'm flying.
Alrighty. So you all arrive at the plateaus, and I actually need to move this one plateau over a little bit. Hang on just a moment. Pull that over to about there. Alright. There we go. The army of paladins and other units march on ahead. Meanwhile, Minos and Robert kind of stay behind to stick with your group a little bit more.
Alex needs to place down his token.
Yeah, you have my tokens.
Oh, yeah. Hang on. Give me just a second. I'll put them down.
Luca needs to do the same.
Maxwell. I'll place them down and then I will let you all determine your marching order here.
Behind.
I'm behind too.
You can put them in the black if you want to.
Yeah, I'm good.
Alrighty. Minos looks ahead and then he turns to Robert and he says, "Well, Scout, this is your job." Robert steps forward a little bit and he as soon as I can find Robert's sheet. These guys do actually have character sheets, by the way.
Well, at least his name is not Robin.
Some scout you are.
Yeah.
My perception is higher than yours.
Guilt is higher than his.
So Robert steps ahead a little ways, and then he turns to the group and he waves and he says, "Looks clear so far. Come along."
Okay.
I turn, and I'm actually going to ask this to the general. Is he good at his job?
Minos nods and he says, "Robert is the best of the scouts. It is why he is the Ranger General."
Oh my gosh, this is so funny.
Alright, well,
It's funny because he rolled a 5.
I know, but she's got to believe him, because he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maria's going to do what she normally does when she's out on the field. She's going to do nature while she's walking, see if she can see anything.
Alrighty, roll a nature check.
You know, not see anything, like see any plants and stuff she can use for alchemy and stuff. Like anything. Of course I would. Like anything, like plants that she could use for something later.
Looking for plants and stuff as well.
Yes.
As you are walking along, you come across a plant that you immediately recognize as mandrake root. Problem is, you also remember the one quality of mandrake root, and that is that if you pull mandrake root at any time besides the exact stroke of midnight, the mandrake root dies in an instant. You look to the sky and notice that it's still at the afternoon. You still have quite a bit of time before midnight comes.
Question. Are there any, small pebbles, rocks around here that I could load into a sling?
Yeah, you could scrounge the ground for some rocks.
Alright.
How large is an aura?
Nora, it'll say
should
down
say.
there.
Yeah, it should
Yeah, if it's Aura 1, it's all around you. Aura 2 is one row bigger. So, like,
Yeah.
for instance, we have
aura token somewhere. I have
Yeah.
one right here.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, Judai is going to go ahead and
Whoops, that wasn't the
go-
aura I thought it was.
um
This here, I just put it around Robert. That would be an aura 1. Basically,
Jackie.
it affects his square and every square adjacent to him.
Jackie.
Okay.
There you are.
But anyways, Judai is going to walk up towards Robert since, for all he knows, that Mina says that Robert does a good job, so he's going to trust him.
Alrighty. You step up towards Robert. Robert
Yeah.
waves for the rest of the group. Come along, come along. We don't have all day.
You just hear "aww" when she sees the magic root and just kind of follows. She can't pull it.
Alright. Robert then waves to you all and says, "Hold there." He then steps forward and glances around.
That's a bit better.
That's a much
So that's
better
better.
way, yeah. He then turns to the group and says, "Come along."
One.
Okay. And still trusting.
And also, a burst is the same area, right?
Yeah, burst is all around you as well.
Okay.
Robert is going
Just like it
to
first.
take a couple steps forward, and when he takes a couple of steps forward, there is suddenly an arrow that comes flying from one of the cliff sides above. He just barely jumps out of the way, and then he glances up. And he notices there are 4 sets of skeletons standing, who had all been pretty well hidden against the plateau. Each of them is wielding a bow. Then directly behind one of the skeletons, he thinks he sees a staff of some kind, but he can't see where the staff is coming from or what is holding the staff. Minos charges up straight towards Robert and draws his sword. Let me make sure I don't have anybody in here that doesn't need to be on the initiative, like Fuzzy, Robbie, and Evie.
Or Charm, Charm, whatever. Keep mispronouncing your name.
Having readied my attack, would it go off now, or did they get
yes,
a surprise thing?
at this point it would go off just before the skeletons can move any further.
Alright, and one of them fired an arrow?
Yeah, specifically this one here.
Minion 4?
Minion 4.
Alright.
Chim, there you go. You still got Chim on there.
Let's see.
24 versus AC, nice, that's a hit.
Alright.
Nine damage. You pull back your sling, I'm guessing that's what you're using.
Yep.
Alright, you pull back your sling, you fire, the sling shoots forward, smacks the skeleton right in the skull, and the skeleton drops to the ground.
Ooh.
You shattered his skull.
At this point, roll initiative.
Okay.
Alright. I will roll the initiative once I find it. I think it's just a 1.
Yeah, this is why I did what I did with my
I have it on.
character
For some reason, it's not on here.
sheet. Huh.
I thought I wrote it down. Oh, well, it's a 1. I don't have much, so it was a D20.
It'd be your dex modifier.
Yeah, I have 1.
Okay, this initiative.
Yep, it's initiative.
Not much better than mine.
Alex, what you do is after you see your initiative, which is a 17, you right click on your character and go down to initiative and hit set initiative.
Okay.
Alright, since I very clearly did not get the highest initiative, I'm going to use my Cypher starting feature. And if I don't get the highest initiative, I can move up to my speed before my turn, and as soon as the encounter starts.
Alrighty. And
Oof.
looks like
And
everybody
I'm going
has
to fall.
their initiative. Chim does not need to be in the initiative list.
He doesn't. Jim, I want you to fight.
Wow, everybody goes before the monsters.
Yep.
Yep. And I'm
Wow.
happy about that.
Right there. I added it to my thing.
Alrighty. So you moved your speed. It should be noted that the plateaus here are about 10 feet up.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be, what, 2 squares up. So you'll want to factor that. You will have to climb to reach up there.
Who has to climb? Those at next. Who has to climb?
I know, right?
Oh, shut up, people with working wings.
Alright. Robert here is going to pull his bow back, and he's going to fire off a clever shot. And that is a hit. And skeleton number 3, the arrow flies through the air, smacks right into skeleton minion number 3's skull, and it drops to the ground. Phoenix.
Alright, as a free action, I'm going to drop my sling. I am then going to Fallen Needle move action. I'm going to move 3 squares into the air, probably about over here. So I'm now, above the plateau edge.
Right.
Do I see any other skeletons hanging out up there?
You do not see any other skeletons up there.
Alright.
On the other hand,
I'm
at
going
this point,
to...
you have a very clear view of what is holding the staff. It is a massive skeletal mage. It's wearing a large robe that seems to be ablaze. Its skull itself is on fire, and it looks poised and ready to unleash all kinds of nasty against you.
I want to
Alright,
punch it, I want to 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 punch it.
As a free action, I point to the skeletal mage, say, Levia, get it! Okay, so that was a minor action. I'm then going to spend my move action to fly over to here.
Alrighty.
Actually, wonder if I can get a better position. Yeah, I'll do that. Get around behind him. Alright. I will then use... Let's see, what would be fun. Oh, I'll use that. Steel Wind. It's a close blast to each enemy I can see in the blast, so that'll hit the 2 skeleton minions.
Right.
Alright. I suppose I should describe what it is I'm doing. So anyway, I fly up there, get around back. And because I'm a harpy, I'm sort of reskinning her abilities a bit. Harpies are very well known for having damaging voices, so this steel wind, whatever it is basically a projection of my voice. I'm basically screaming at them.
Makes sense.
It does the same thing as what the power card says, but physically, that's what I'm doing.
Right.
Alright, so let me roll some stuff here.
Versus reflex. Miss on 2, hit on 1.
Alrighty, so he will take 11 damage, and then my Stone Fist Flurry of Blows will go to the one that I missed.
Alrighty.
And that will be, let's see, he was the target, so that will be 4 damage for that one.
4 damage on that one.
4 ongoing damage, if that matters.
4 ongoing damage. So it doesn't deal the damage immediately?
Correct.
Okay. Then yeah, that does matter.
And that was a minor, that was a move, that was a standard. I resolve.
Alrighty. So you screech at the skeletal minions. Unfortunately, you don't aim exactly the best, and your screech shatters one of the skeletons into pieces, but the other skeleton is standing perfectly fine. You do then rake it with your talons, though. Maxwell, you're up.
Okay, so my genie is able to go 6 speed and fly 4.
Alright.
So can I move over to this mage here?
Your fly speed is 4, so
yeah.
you will only move 4 spaces when you
Right.
fly.
Your fly speed and your regular speed are 2 completely different things. But if you use a move action for 1, then you only get that. You can, if you're going to use your fly speed, you can move 4 squares. Not only can you move across, but you could move 4 squares up as well, because that would be like a diagonal move.
Yeah.
And by up, I'm not referring to like up on the map. I'm referring to like into the sky.
Yeah. Okay.
So. You would essentially be 4 squares in the air, which would put you 1 square above the plateau. Because the plateau is on square 3, so then you would be 1 square above that.
Basically you'd be 20 feet in the air. Yeah. that's not really gonna work for what I wanted to do.
Kind of make the plateau insurmountable.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if the plateau is 3 squares up, most characters would have a move speed of 6. So if you're land-based, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
It's an athletics check to climb, and I think you climb at half your speed. So, yeah, it'd be difficult to get up to. But I mean, that's the point of a pincer attack like this.
Yep.
Well, mine is my Twilight Falls. Like it's a burst one within 10 squares. So the enemy has to be within 10 squares of me when I... Wait, 10...
Yeah,
10
it
squares
has...
that
Question.
time.
I got a question.
Yep.
Did anyone, meaning like anyone like Phoenix, has mentioned that there's an enemy right here? Because we
yeah,
wouldn't see
Yeah,
it.
Phoenix mentioned it.
Yeah, I
She
flew
said,
up.
Levia, go get it.
See
Yeah.
it? And, okay.
I pointed directly toward it.
Okay,
Right.
so we go. So mine
Okay.
is a burst within 10 squares. So he's within 8 squares of me. So can I hit him? Whoops.
Oops.
You're not counting upward distance when you're saying within 10 squares.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be 3 squares up, but at the same time you can make that upward movement while you're going across. So yes, you could easily cast your 10 square spell within 7 squares and still hit the skeletal mage.
Okay. Alright.
Over to the wall.
Yeah. So I will cast from here Twilight Falls, which the hit is intelligence versus will. My intelligence is
If you're there, you're not going to be able to hit because you're 8 squares away from him.
Oh,
And you those 3 up. You have to walk to the wall.
okay.
No, he can aim from there.
Oh.
It's
How can he
8
aim
squares away.
Yeah, it's 8 squares away, but then it's the time up.
Yeah, well, no, he makes that while he's
No, it's-
going forward.
It's
It's a diagonal move up. That's 1 square.
It's a spell that is within 10 squares. I'm not moving 10
Yeah.
squares. I'm trying to hit him from 7 squares away, like it says on my character when I try to move him there. It says 7, and I'm beside him.
Right.
So I'll hit that square with it.
Yeah, he can do it.
Okay.
Okay.
But does that also include the height?
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
I did include the height into it. Again,
Yeah.
think of it in a 3D sense.
Yeah, I
Basically, what he's doing, and I'll put Artemis down here for it.
Yay!
Basically, he's shooting 7 squares, like this.
Yeah, and then it's.
But then he's doing this, so as you can see, it goes upwards like that. It's actually like this. That's still 7 squares.
Yeah.
All right.
Think of it in a 2D sense to where he's not having to move on a different plane while moving the spell.
So,
Okay.
yeah, he's just doing this. He's going up, and he's
Uh-huh.
shooting like that.
Uh-huh.
So,
Alright.
this in a 3D sense, in that the token at the end is up in the air. So, yeah, he can do
Wow.
it. It's
Artemis is
7
mine!
squares.
Artemis is mine!
No!
So yeah, I'll just move where I am, which gets him in 7 spots of me regularly, and I'll use my Twilight Falls. It's 20 versus will.
So it's, what is it?
It's my intelligence, which is 20 versus his will.
No, you want to look at your character's modifier.
Oh,
Your-
my
Your
modifier.
modifier.
Oh.
If you look at your character at the power card, it should just automatically say, it should say like plus something versus will,
Yeah,
and that's
you'll
what
say-
you roll, a 1d20 plus whatever that says.
Oh,
Yeah.
so I roll again. Okay.
Yeah, you roll that number that you see on,
Okay.
on the power card.
All right.
Yep. Alright, so look ahead to leave, alright. 11 versus will, that's not even.
Okay. Alright.
Sorry.
Well then, I guess I end my turn.
Alrighty. Marie.
Alright, hearing that there is something on the other side, Marie's going to flutter up. She's going to look at the skeleton mage. She's then going to pull out her bow, pull out an arrow. Now, something interesting you see her reach into her little bag that she has on her side and rub something on her arrow. So she's going to fire. Once I get the attack roll, I think it's plus 8 because it's a bow attack. All my attack rolls are different. Besides just one attack.
Alright, that is a hit, actually.
Alright, since I did add my offensive mixture, this is now radiant.
Alrighty. Nice, nice.
Let's see, 5. So 8 radiant damage, and the next person who hits that gets an additional 2 damage onto him. That's radiant.
Well, I technically can't hit either one of them.
I'm just saying that it's Silver Arrow.
Yep. Alright. So your arrow goes flying through the air and slams into the skeletal mage. And as soon as it does, the skeletal mage turns its eyes, its burning eyes, straight towards you.
Marie waits. Then looks around. And then Jim hides.
Alright, anything else?
Jim hides right there. Okay, yeah, it's turn.
Anything else there?
Nope, that's it for me.
Alright. Luca's not here, so we're skipping over Levia and Judai.
Well, since I can't really do anything, I'll just have Evie ready in his tackle attack for whenever one comes down.
Alrighty. Anything else, or is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Can't really. Still readying an attack.
Yep. Alright, Minos. He's going to grumble at the fact that the skeletons are up there. And he's going to... First of all, he doesn't even have anything, like any of his weapons drawn yet or anything. So he's going to pull out a bow, in which case Robert's going to stare at him and chuckle and go, "Good luck with that." Minos aims his bow up into the air and launches it off, and surprisingly crits.
Wow.
The arrow goes flying into the air, slams into Skeletal Minion 2, and the Skeletal Minion drops to the ground and dies. Robert, meanwhile, stares at this, just absolutely bewildered by the fact that Minos, who can't use a bow, period, just suddenly destroyed the skeleton. Minos smirks and looks at Robert and chuckles and says, "Ha! Did you really think that I would fail that badly?" Skeletal minions are all dead. Skeletal mage. The mage, his attention currently drawn to Maria there, holds his hand forward and a massive ball of flame appears in his hand. He throws the ball forward. 23 versus your fortitude.
Yeah. My defense kind of blows.
7 fire damage.
Oof.
The skeletal mage chuckles, and then he kind of slides over here. And then that's really all he can do. Robert is going to aim his bow upwards in an attempt to fire from where he's at, unleashing a clever strike. He actually has a pretty good chance of this. Let's see. Yep, he shoots it forward, strikes the mage, drags him closer to the edge of the plateau.
I'm sorry that I'm asking this, but can they see the mage from that far? I mean,
that's why they were taking the -2 penalty.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, they were taking a -2 penalty because of the fact they couldn't see him, so they were trying to. I guess it actually would have been a -5 penalty.
Yeah, because
that would
he
be
did
total
slide
concealment
over.
to them. Let me recheck that real fast. I think it's still a hit because it's only 3 less. Yeah, even with 3 less, it's still a hit. So.
All right.
So yep, that still hits, which is good. 16 damage and
plus 2.
Plus 2. That's right.
Yes,
so
which is radiant.
Which is radiant. The Robert unleashes his arrow into the air. It comes flying down, smacks the skeletal mage right in the skull. There's a huge burst of light, and you watch as skeleton parts go flying everywhere.
You just hit him down, so Marie.
And then somehow those parts landed on Lucent.
Somehow those parts landed on Lucent, yep. Phoenix, from your viewpoint, you can see that all of the skeletons have been wiped out.
I'm fine too.
Oh, yes, you can see too. You see no more skeletons, no more skeletal mages, nothing like that.
Are they gone yet?
I'm going to fly over to the mage, and
I'll come with you. Yeah,
I'm going to search around for anything valuable.
I'll let her do that. No, I'm just going to.
I'm going to conspicuously not answer Judai's question.
Meanie.
I'm just going to look around too. Try anything. Not you, Chim. You ain't taking anything.
What you find on the skeletal mage is the armor that he was wearing along with the staff that he was holding. The magic that was holding the mage together now disrupted. You arrive there in time to watch as the cloth armor and the wooden staff burn away from the fire that is now not magically contained. Marie, perception check 25. Are you just looking in general, or?
Yeah, in general. Nothing in particular.
Alright. Glancing around, you do not see any other skeletons or mages, or anything for that matter, on top of the plateaus, from what you can see. You do notice the armor and stuff that the skeletal mage had burns up and becomes completely worthless at that point. Aside from that, you don't find anything else in the area.
As soon as the armor and staff burn up, I call out to the people down in the chasm, "Yeah, they're gone."
Alright.
Ray shrugs at the burning as well and jumps down. Flutters down, whatever.
Just smack.
Flutter.
Alrighty. For that encounter, 150 experience.
Are we going to bother looking for the melee skeletons' bodies?
I don't think that.
Some of them apparently fell down into the chasm or something.
Yeah, you could search the skeletons' bodies if you want, see if there's anything on them.
Oh, so what was it, 100?
150, I think.
150.
Yeah, 150.
Oh, it's gonna be fun trying to remember all these strange values it's supposed to be low up.
Give me just a second. Alright. Yep, it's equivalent to switching Pokemon out so Pokemon can gain experience even without fighting. Phoenix, you glance around, you don't find anything worth anything. Maxwell, you glance around. The only things that you find on the remains of the skeletons are a long sword, a short bow, and a bundle of arrows on each one.
Okay. Anyone want this stuff?
You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna do a nature check on the bones, see if I can get the bone marrow. I heard that's see if that's gonna use that for anything.
Alrighty. I don't
Okay.
see any reason why you couldn't get bone marrow from bones, so.
Woot! I could probably figure out something for this later.
Well, you're an alchemist.
You take a
Yeah,
couple of
figure it
bones,
out.
planning to extract the bone marrow from them later.
Actually, could you give one of the bones to me and I'll run an Arcana check on it?
Hey, you can make bone armor or something.
Unless
Yeah.
the magic is gone from them.
Well, I can hand you. You want?
You could just do an
you-
Arcana check on the skeletons in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I could join you. Yeah. I kinda. You can already kinda it.
Okay. Let me check here. Okay. Alright. Okay. Whoops.
Whoops.
What? Why didn't it work that time?
You didn't. You
Use
one in the bracket,
this
right?
instead.
Yeah, you put the wrong end bracket.
Okay.
There you go. 26. Not bad.
Yeah, the same Arcana
Very
check.
good.
I wonder why.
You don't sense any magic from the bones. Whatever magic it was that was holding them together is gone. However, you sense a strong magic coming from further down the path.
Well, that's what I thought anyway. So, I suppose we should just go on down the path. Okay.
Are you going to tell any of us in the group? Or...
Oh yes, I'm talking to us. That's what I supposed. That.
You need to when you get a check. Dion's not saying that. You need to.
Yeah.
You don't have to say it. You say you can always do it cheap way. I repeat that and then go on.
Okay.
You portray what I stated to the rest. That's basically all you have to say. Unless
Like,
I send you...
if I did a perception check on the cliff there and I found like a +1 wand, then that would I'd probably pocket it and say there was nothing up here.
Yeah.
Now all of you would know, that I found the wand, but your characters wouldn't. So that's
Yeah,
sort of
exactly.
a disconnect there.
Right.
Yes, I suppose. I apologize.
It's
That's
alright.
fine.
It's really your
mistake.
character's
You'll figure it out.
choice, yeah.
You'll get used to it. Don't worry.
Oh yes, you will definitely get used to it. No big deal. Right.
Before we head off, does anybody want those weapons?
Yeah. I could barely care if I could stuff.
Well, we could sell it or something.
Well,
That's
that's
what
the
I'm
thing.
gonna do.
If nobody else wants them, I will take them and sell them.
And keep the money for herself.
Yes. So does anyone else want them?
What weapons are there?
Long
Besides-
swords and short bows.
Yeah, so pretty much you're going to get probably maximum of 2 gold.
Yeah.
That's fine.
There's 4 long swords and 4 short. 4 long swords, 4 short bows. Each of the skeletons was each carrying a long bow and
I'll pass.
bow.
I can't carry
That's
too
right,
much
bow.
stuff. Anyway.
Yeah. Alright.
What is the weight of Shinichi and Tim?
Oh, Jim?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I forgot to add
Yeah, I
Shinichi's
didn't take it- I didn't
weight,
take it
but
either.
he is tiny, so
Jim's not that much. She's probably roughly maybe 10 pounds.
Oh.
She's
Yeah,
not that big.
That's over the limit of my hand, so never mind.
but yeah.
She's right on the bear now.
It's okay.
The bear's her safety spot until we get into battle. Then she has to find something else to stand on. Because if she gets killed, it's I'm kind of fucked. I have to find some way to bring her back, but it hurts me when she dies.
Robert takes a few steps forward, noting the fact that you had already not seen anything. He still proceeds to try to be extra careful. Seeing nothing, he waves, "Come along. Come along."
Okay.
Okay, I'm coming. I'm coming.
I'm going to pick up my sling and load another rock, and again, ready an attack.
Alrighty. You guys continue along the plateau. Eventually, the path in the plateau opens into a much larger plot of land, and you see a large forest ahead of you. Robert takes a few steps forward into the forest. He glances around, perception roll of 9. Oi. He calls out to you, "I don't see anything. Come along."
Walks past them. Forest. Nature check. You know what's going to happen.
You note that the army that had been walking ahead of you has, in fact, also started to move into the forest. For the nature check, let's see, 17. You examine the land ahead of you and the trees around you, trying to see if there's anything that you can discern about the forest, if there's any monsters, so on. As you start to make your way further into the forest, you notice that the trees are beginning to appear like the life has been drained from them.
Can I do a nature check to see why?
Sure.
Also, I was looking for reagents, or not reagents.
You're looking for reagents? Okay.
Yeah,
yeah, you know,
but this
alchemy
is
stuff
just
too.
mine.
Yeah,
I missed that part, sorry. I thought you were
It's fine.
examining everything.
no, that's Carolyn. she wants alchemy stuff, so I
Right.
can do that too. Is there anything worthwhile for her to get?
Nature
Yeah.
check on the trees. What's wrong with them?
Continuing Marie's check first, you don't immediately find any kind of special herbs or regents that you can use in this area of the forest. Judai, you examine the trees for a moment, kind of trying to discern what you can of why the trees seem to be slowly beginning to die off. You notice that the further into the forest you go, the more dead the trees are. But you can't seem to discern why. It just seems like the life from the ground around you seems to be getting drained by something. Not only that, but you notice that as you go on, the deeper into the forest you go, the more brown the grass becomes, the more it looks like the grass is becoming dead and so on. I hope that helps.
Okay. Yeah, that helps. I was thinking of... I forgot what that area is called again, but it's in Terraria.
You mean the Hollow? Or not the Corruption?
Yeah, corruption, that's it.
Alright, well, something doesn't seem right, and yeah, Arcana check. Now. I want to check, see if there's any magical effects that is, going on, so. Damn. Alright.
Well,
Whoops. Well, that would be 12 anyway.
that would be 12.
Oh, he's doing Arcana
good.
check with me. Okay.
Okay, so it's a plus. So you get a
10.
plus 10 for that? Is that it?
Yeah, remember
Yeah.
to add the
Your
plus
Arcana
10.
check?
Yeah.
Alright, different answer than what I was going to give out, though.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Still well,
Maxwell,
guys, first.
you notice a powerful magic coming from deep within the forest. Before you can say anything about that, though, Marie, you notice not only that there is a powerful magic coming from the forest, but you notice that it feels necrotic in nature.
Alright, I relay this information to the group.
Alrighty.
Seems like we got some bad juju here.
Yeah, I kind of expected that. A lot of weird shit going on.
Robert and Minos call out to the army, "Halt!"
Where's Hawk?
He's
Hulk
somewhere.
peeks in. Yes?
Yes. God dang it, Hulk. You're supposed to be with your wife.
Minos shouts, "Fire at will!" All of a sudden, all of them turn to one of the knights and fire their arrows at him. "Not that will!"
God damn it!
He did that on purpose.
Anyway, that was of course non-canon. Anything else you guys want to try for?
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
I think because everyone else is doing stuff, what I will do is I will fly. I'm going to fly up a good high distance and take a perception check around. Try to look at. Maybe try to find the epicenter of what's causing all this stuff in the forest. If I can see anything.
Alrighty.
Perception check above the canopy.
Ah, 11. You notice that ahead of you, somewhere, there are a lot of dead trees. That's what you see.
Alright, I'll fly back down.
Flutter, flutter, flutter.
Yeah, guys, I can't make heads or tails of this. Send the big guys in first.
Alrighty.
Easy to teach him. You heard the lady.
Robert waves to a couple of the rangers and says, "Scout ahead." They sneak ahead a little bit. You wait a few moments to see what the scouts discover. As you wait and you wait and you wait. And at first it seems like they're not coming back, which begins to worry you. And then one of the scouts does return. The scout comes shambling forward as if as a zombie. And he gives out a groan as he just shambles as he's marching forward. He trips over a rock, falls to the ground, and his head rolls towards your party. Its eyes stare up at you as it tries to move.
Huh. I'm going to inspect the body for anything worthy.
After this, now Jim flies over and looks down. He's dead, Jim. You just seem ready to face palms for a second there.
As she's doing this, she's also going to call over to the other folk who appear more intelligent than she does. You might want to look at this guy because I think something bad happened to him.
Yeah, Murray's gonna come over
I'm
and
going to walk over and use a heal check.
I'm going to do I would do a heal check, but my heal is kind of bad, so I'm going to do a kind of check.
Alrighty.
My heal checks is heal checks plus 5.
So let's
well.
see. Phoenix's perception 16. You notice that he's very much dead. In fact, his flesh is rotting away and falling off of the bone. It's as if he was rapidly zombieized.
What about
let's see.
equipment? Other items.
Zombified, not zombieized. You notice that he has been stripped of any equipment that he had, save for the cloak that he wears, and so he's not carrying anything at all.
Could be naked.
Meanwhile, Marie, Arcana check of 18, you determine that a powerful necromantic spell must have been cast on him. Let's see. Judai, you examine the zombie's body and notice several lacerations, clearly from a sword of some kind.
Alright. I'll tell the party this.
Of course, necromancer. Fun.
You likely determine that he was sliced to pieces and then brought back to life.
Ew.
Necromancer. Fun.
Hey, teamwork! I'm figuring that out. Sweet.
Wasn't there supposed to be a death knight out here?
No, that was me. There's no Dread Knight.
Oh.
That was just me making a reference to my campaign.
Alright.
I'm going to. Well, I typed it, but I'll verbalize it. I'm going to just glare at Minos and Robert and say, we weren't hired to do this. We weren't hired to take down necromancers. We better get a lot more gold than we were promised.
Minos shrugs and says, that's up to Peridian.
You just teach him, I got this. I'll talk to him. And again, you just see this Marie just pinching her nose.
Alright, anything else?
And now I have to make the reference. I was trained by the best.
No.
Robert looks over to Minos and sighs and says, Sir, if there is a necromancer, it is likely that he is the source of the undead army. If we can take it out, then we may be able to stop the rest of the undead. Most undead are connected to their necromancer. Minos nods and grumbles. I suppose we should. He turns to the adventuring group and says, Alright then, here's what we'll do. We're going to move ahead and we're going to face the necromancer. Our army will handle the skeletons. We will handle the necromancer.
Okay.
I start swinging my sling around, and I just shake my head. Alright.
Sounds like a plan.
Never found necromancer before, but oh well. Gotta do what we gotta do, right?
Yeah.
Alright, if you would all place your tokens down here where Robert and Minos are at. As I can re-find where Minos is. There he is.
There he is.
Evil!
Yeah, probably.
Jim. Right.
Oh wait, I have to drop Maxwell in here.
There you go. Can't get off her.
Robbie and Fuzzy.
Go hide, Chim. Okay.
By about this point, you can hear dark chanting from ahead. Still can't see anything, but you can hear some kind of evil chanting.
Judai is going to do a stealth check.
Alrighty.
He's going to just... He is going to walk up with the group, but he's going to be hiding while doing it.
Alrighty.
Chim's gonna hide behind a tree. Because he's not combat.
Anyone who wants to move forward and not try to attract attention, roll me a stealth check.
Oh, fun.
Uh.
I don't have chainmail, but I still make... No cling noise.
Let's see. Judai 18, Phoenix 17, Marie 13.
For my chameleon mask, it says encounter. I can only use that once battle starts, right?
No, you use that. You can use that anytime you want.
Oh, well, I'm going to use that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good job, Paladin. Good job. Well,
20.
everyone else is hitting. Sneaky. And good job, chainmail. Chain.
So,
Probably worse than listen.
as you're all stepping forward,
Yeah, maybe next one the other way. We're flying, probably.
Minos' horse reacts to the dark energy that is ahead of you. It neighs very loudly and throws Minos off of his horse, and then takes off at a run away from you. The chanting stops in an instant.
Oh my.
You just hear Chin go,
Robert promptly looks to Minos, grumbles, and says, "Great job! Now they know we're here." There doesn't seem to be any reaction from further on in the forest, besides the chanting just suddenly stopping, though.
My character is within range of all the bad guys. Believe it or not, a sling has a long range of 20.
Nice.
I am hidden in the trees as far as I know. I am more than happy to just sit here and let the rest of you start shit.
I don't have that much range. I think, well, I have a bow. Face palm.
Yep.
That's cute.
Easy
Face palming.
pause. You're just like, ah, great job. Alright, so what are you guys gonna do?
Stay hidden.
Stay hidden? Yeah.
Yeah. Do I need to make another stealth check to move again?
If you want to move again, yes, you'd have to make another stealth check.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll do that too.
I think I'll just stay here.
Alrighty.
Okay. Ugh. Well, he doesn't know he's doing bad, so he's going to live up, like, no.
You take a few steps through the trees and promptly step on a few leaves. There still seems to be no reaction from further ahead that you can tell, though.
Okay. Judai is going to peek over and use perception to see if he can see anyone.
Alrighty.
Woo!
Nice. 22. You glance through the trees, trying to see what you can. You see 5 skeletons standing in a circle. In the middle of the skeletons is a rather grotesque mage wearing black armor. His hand seems almost like demonic claws, and dark energy is beginning to well up between his hands. Before you can shout anything, however, he unleashes a large bolt of shadow magic straight out to where he last heard noise, which would be towards Judai.
Oh, crap.
21 versus your fortitude.
Yeah, I'll hit.
Nice. You take 6 necrotic damage, and noticing that his shadow bolt, if you will, seemed to have done something, he shouts out, "Skeletons, charge forth!" At this point, I think you know what to do.
Ugh.
And Judai's going to say, ouch. He just got hit. So much for self.
I did not add Grasnog to the initiative yet. This guy's initiative. What can you say? Robert. I love how high Robert's initiative is, I really do. And Minos.
I have to say, for a ranger, his perception check is really low.
Yeah, I couldn't train in perception for some reason. I don't know.
Also, that's the second time he crit on initiative.
Yep. Wow, Grasnog has no initiative. That's pretty lame. Minos, and sort the initiative list, and everybody's in the initiative list. Good.
I should be going before Judai.
Should be going before Judai. Alrighty. Then Judai. Switch you after. Alrighty. Looks like we are good. Alright. Robert will start us off. How far away is everybody? Okie dokie. You know, my, oh, I'm not looking at the right sheet, that's why. Okay, so yeah, everything is in range of his bow, for sure. He has a 25-50 on his bow. So he is going to clever shot one of the skeletons from where he is at. 24 is a hit. And the arrow goes flying towards skeletal minion number 3, slams into its skull, and the thing falls to the ground.
Is it a bad thing for a skeleton to, like, die in these spots?
Marie, you are up. I think your mic's muted.
Wow, why is my muted just randomly there? Anyway, she's going to take a free action to try to call out to Phoenix quietly. Are you going in there?
Fuck no.
Okay. I guess I won't do that then. She says, and she kind of moves over closer. She's in.
Do keep in mind the trees here are difficult terrain, just as a note.
Do keep in mind that I'm flying.
Ah, that's true.
Do keep in mind I'm also flying.
It is true. So you would be flying over the trees.
Yeah, I guess I will shoot it with a silver arrow. I will
Alrighty.
add We didn't have a short rest, so I only have one. Because we did a short rest last time, so I only have one of my 2 offensive. Oh, I have 4. Okay, so I will shoot another one of my offensively enhanced silver arrows.
It should be worth noting that you notice other skeletons coming out of the forest. The army that is marching with you does handle them.
Alright.
I just forgot to make mention of
Yeah.
that.
Well then.
No.
I didn't think so. Well then, I don't have anything else, really. So, in my turn.
Phoenix. Is your mic muted, Phoenix?
Sorry, it was. I guess this would be up to you to determine if I successfully hid from them, because if I am, that means I would have combat advantage for this attack.
Right. Yeah, you succeeded. So far, Minos and Judai are the only ones that have failed stealth rolls, so.
Alright.
Oh. Well.
Well, in that case, I will... Oh, wait. This is outside my normal range. I am going to loose a sling... I'm going to loose the rock that I gathered in my sling at Skeletal Minion 4.
Alrighty. Not even.
That was a risk. Oh well.
Not even.
That's fine. You know what? I'm fairly a good distance away. I think what I'll do. I'm just gonna sit here. Actually, I'm perfectly fine with not getting anywhere. Yeah, I resolve.
Judai. Is your mic muted, Mia?
Sorry. But yeah, Judai's going to hide behind the tree, and Evie is going to use Helping Hand as it's a at-will minor action, and the effect is well, it's a stance, and all allies within 1 square as Evie gains a +1 to damage rolls.
Nice, nice.
And that'll be it.
Alrighty. Skeletons. Goody. These skeletons are going to make their turns by stepping forward. As soon as it becomes the skeleton's turn, you notice that the skeleton that was previously killed jumps to his feet, or rather stands back up to his feet.
Evil!
Maxwell.
Oh yeah. I guess I'll continue to stealth using my chameleon mask if I can. Like
That is a encounter. So
Yeah.
you can only use it once.
Okay, you only use it once. All right.
Yeah, don't worry. I thought the same thing before.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what to do. Kept moving them around, seeing. Okay. I guess I will just cast magic missile on the first skeleton. And
minion number 4 there.
yes, the one closest to us. Yes.
Alrighty.
Number 4.
And your magic missile can shoot 9 squares? Or at
It
least
is.
up to 9 squares?
It said 20
Range
on
20?
the card.
Okay. Alright,
Yeah.
then yeah, you can definitely hit him. I wasn't familiar with the range of magic missile is all.
And it gives 7 damage.
7 damage.
And I will move Fozzie over here.
Alrighty. Skeletal minion number. You unleash your magic missile straight through the trees, and thank God, magic missile never misses.
Yeah.
It weaves back and forth through the trees, smashing right into skeletal minion number 4, and it drops to the ground.
Sure.
Alright, and then you moved Fonzie. Anything else?
No, I have my turn.
Heidi, Minos is going to grumble still about the fact that his horse is missing. And then he's going to take a few steps forward. What is his move speed? Just 6? No, it's 5. Wow. He couldn't have even moved that. Okay.
Armor.
Wow.
Yep.
So he can't even reach anything. Okay. So he's going to do that and move up there.
I yell for him to shatter the corpse of the skeleton minion that was just knocked out.
Yep. That's
Enough to
probably a good
everyone
idea.
here. Yeah.
So he will charge skeletal minion number 4. Using a ranged, not ranged, melee basic attack. That's definitely a hit there with that 29. And it's 9 damage, and he rushes over there, he stomps on the corpse, and the corpse is just absolutely crushed. You don't think that anyway that it's going to be standing up anytime soon. Yeah. Necromancer. The Necromancer is going to take note of the fallen skeleton. And the first thing he's going to do is he's going to take a few steps over here. And then he's going to mutter some nasty incantations. And all of a sudden, skeletal minion number 2 comes charging forward. +1 for charging. Not even. So, skeletal minion number 2 comes charging forward and smacks straight into Minos. And Minos just kind of looks at him like, what? Grasnog curses under his breath. Yeah. Robert. What will Robert do?
Well, there's like a skeleton in front of him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just as a reminder, +1 because of Evie.
Yeah. He's going to Twin Strike. Minion 2, 1d20 plus 12, and Grasnog, 1d20 plus 12 minus 2 because around the tree. Hit and hit. Very nice. That is extremely low modifier, but it's alright. It actually has no modifier. It's gaining from his weapon there, I think.
And +1, that's the damage roll, right?
Yeah, that's
+1
the damage
for...
roll. Yeah, +1 more. That's right. So 13 damage to both of them. Skeletal minion 2 drops. Grasnog takes 12 damage. And where did my calculator go? There it is. Alright. Marie.
Alright, continuing what she says, she has an idea. She's going to reach into our alchemy bag. She's going to put out a strange-looking liquid and then throw it at Phoenix.
Alright.
The liquid bursts, and surprisingly enough, Phoenix doesn't actually hit Phoenix, but instead, Phoenix feels stronger for some reason. For this turn only, you get +1 to your attack rolls and +1 to your damage rolls
Nice.
as a minor.
Alright.
She's then going to... she sees this guy as a threat, so she's going to do this too. You see her start to speak Elven. And she's going to kind of pull out one of her mixtures. She's going to add a defense mixtures onto this. Phoenix's aura starts to pulsate a little bit. Until the end, this is Maria's infusion. I infuse your armor with a +1 to AC, well, +2 to all your defenses because I used a mixture. As well, I gain a power, which I could use it any time until the end of the encounter. This is a daily, of course.
Alright.
Once I use the power, I'll let you know.
Alrighty.
See, that's a move. There's my standard minor, and I will. I need to stay in a certain range, so hold on. You're gonna go at the boss guy, right? She calls out.
What's the defensive admixture sent to you?
+1 to all your defenses.
Okay.
You also got
Alright.
+2 to your attack and +1 to your damage for this
+2?
round. Like,
+2 to attack?
yeah.
Okay.
So you going after the boss guy?
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay. Flutter. Flutter. I have to use it 6. I think it's 6. 6. Okay, so she's gonna flutter over the stream.
That
And
would
get
be
a thumbs up.
7 since you moved once already.
Right here.
Yeah, I know, but you were right here before
Just
you
because I moved back by mistake. That was a mistake.
Alright.
I wasn't trying to move back.
Yeah, he accidentally moved, so I didn't count it. So.
Alright.
But yeah.
Alright, so in my turn, there goes my buffs. There goes one of my encounters in my daily.
Alright, Phoenix.
Alright, leaping out of the tree, screeching like mad.
Oh wait,
Minor
wait,
action,
screeching.
I'm going to move 3, and then move action, I'm going to move my speed +2, which would be 8. Well, 7.
Alrighty.
And then I'm going to standard action, Eagle Claw Strike against Grasnog.
Alrighty.
+2 to attack. Versus that. This is not going to work. It never does when I get buffed. Oh, it's not too bad.
Oh wow, that's actually pretty good. That is in fact a hit.
But he is going to take a -1 penalty to his AC until the end of my next turn. +1 damage. 16 damage.
16 damage, not bad. Not bad at all. Alright.
And that is... Do I want an action point? Actually, yes, I do want to action point. Action point for a standard action. Oh, that reminds me. Stone Fist Flurry of Blows. That will be... I'm not used to playing monks. That's going to be... was not increased by 2 because he was a target. So it's going to be 4 ongoing damage.
Alrighty. And how long does that last? Save ends or?
Yep, this is save ends.
Save ends.
Ongoing damage is usually a save ends.
This is true.
I can leave it in there.
Yes. I guess I could try that if I really wanted to, but I actually don't. Kind of want to save my action point until I need it. Then again, I'm going to be getting another one at the end of this encounter. So, why the hell not? I will... I can only hit 2. Fine, whatever. Let's do this! I'm going to screech loudly after my vicious assault. This is going to be a Blast 2, which I believe is a 5x5.
I don't remember.
Next, a Blast 1 is a 3x3. Blast 2.
I thought... I'm confused. I thought like Blast 3 was 3 squares.
Nope. A Blast 1 is is radius 1.
Blast 1, okay. So Blast 2 would be 2.
Radius 5. Or radius 2, yeah, so
Right.
5x5.
2.
It's... I would have liked to delay my turn until after the minions and then have them all converge on Minos and all that, but I was buffed, I was ready, I was going into it. So, I will screech loudly in that general direction. So first against Grasnog. Now the bonuses, does that last until the end of my next turn or something?
Yes, to the end of my next turn.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So I'll take that +2 as well.
That's very much my channel of divinity. In case anyone was very curious.
Minion 3.
I have 2 versions of it. I have 2 versions of it. The other one I drew a ball.
Alright, so Grasnog, and then Minion 3. That. Yep, I think that's good. Ah, critical miss.
Yep. Let's see, against the minion. That is dead on, actually.
Excellent. I did not waste my action point completely. Only mostly.
Only mostly.
I don't even know why I'm rolling damage, but there you go, 12 damage. Well, 13, I suppose.
Alright.
Oh well.
You screech very loudly, and apparently screech in the wrong direction, because Grasnog doesn't even notice it, but the skeleton way behind him falls to the ground.
Travel Boys travels. It didn't affect them at first.
Well, it was a vicious shriek anyway. I'm in battle mode, you know?
Alright.
I don't really care that much. Anyway, that was everything I got, so I resolve.
Alrighty. Judai.
Okay, Evie is going to move. Wait a minute. That's.
Yeah, remember that tree is difficult terrain, so those 2 squares are going to be 4 squares.
Even this, or.
Yeah, this entire area here, even like this middle square,
Alright.
that's all difficult terrain.
Only it's different for me and Phoenix because we're flying. I'm
Right.
technically flying high in the air.
Yep.
Yay, I can charge. Charge!
Charge! Evie comes charging out of nowhere.
It's basic. It's considered as a tackle, but it's also a melee basic attack. So yeah, it can charge.
Yep. That's fine.
And, yeah.
She's using diving
you have to
headbutt.
roll damage. I mean, not damage, but I had to roll.
Yeah, you have to make an attack roll.
Okay.
Does that
You might
have
have
one?
combat advantage because it's prone.
Diving headbutt.
Nice. Very nice. Evie comes flying, strikes it with a tackle, and its bones just shatter apart. Very nice.
Okay. That was the charge IL and my turn.
Alrighty. 26 versus 26 AC versus a pile of bones. Yep. Alright, skeletal minions. This one's going to stand to his feet again. because he's not completely dead yet. Skeletal Minion 1 and 5 are going to see that Grasnog is in trouble, so lay charge, lay charge.
Oh, please. If only you knew what's juiced on him. I'm still this far from Artificer.
So 22 and 13 respectively for AC.
The 22 will hit, the 13 will not.
Alright.
Oh, my plus one didn't help.
It is 4 damage. And then Maxwell.
Okay, I will move Faji toward the conflict. Okay, I got 4 there, 5 there.
Remember that this tree is difficult terrain. That counts as 2 steps.
Okay, so I'm right here then?
That'd be 7.
Here, hang on.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why we
Yeah,
said
you'd only be able to move to about, let's see.
probably like here.
Yeah, you'd probably only be able to get to about there with it.
Oh, so that counts as difficult terrain too.
Yeah, here's
This-
difficult terrain.
Train
Oh,
And then
2,
this
3,
is 4
4.
squares, and then this is difficult terrain here.
Okay,
So that would be 6 squares to get there.
right.
So if you do have a move speed of 6, you can get right up next to Marie, but that would be as far as you can go.
Okay.
What is your movement speed on Fozzie? 5?
It's 6.
Okay. If you wanted to, you could try to get around the tree in CIV4 and like 5, 6.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Because you can pass through your allies' squares
Yeah.
if
Alright.
need be, but not enemies.
Okay, and I'm going to check the range on one of my attacks here. Okay, I fire a magic missile at Skeletal Minion 5.
Number 5. Alright.
Yeah.
It weaves and darts through the trees and knocks it to the ground. Wrong. Where did it go? Here it is. Alright. Anything else?
No.
Minos. Minos is going to lay charge. Skeletal Minion number 1. He can't use any of his special abilities for the charge, it looks like. So it's just a standard melee basic, which is incredible. 21, that's definitely a hit.
Come on.
And 14 damage, and Skeletal Minion number 1 goes down. And then Grasnog. Let's see, Grasnog's going to take his 4 ongoing damage first. And then Grasnog is going to growl at
Honey, do you know what a
everyone.
measuring tape is? Do you have a measuring tape?
He's going
No.
I want to
to,
measure because a gentleman's got.
he's going to growl. And then he's going to raise his hands and mutter a little incantation. And suddenly, from the ground, come 3 more skeletal minions. Let's see. He's then going to shift a square away so that he's not right up next to him. And then he's going to use his single action point that he has to unleash a necrotic bolt of energy straight at Phoenix. Yeah. I don't
Nope.
think 10 versus Fortitude is going to even matter.
Fortitude is my lowest, but nope.
That
Grasnog,
plus 1 helps. Yay!
Grasnog curses and then makes his saving throw. Crit!
He's so safe.
Get rid of that crit.
Wow.
4 to attack me, 20 to save against my ongoing.
Forgot one last thing. He's going to minor action to use his own necrotic power to heal himself. I forgot he could do that. 3. Alright. And that makes... Alright.
Oh.
Now it's Robert's turn.
I think this is a minor. Oops, I forgot right what this was. I think this was a minor. Oh,
Robert, having seen the skeletons spring out of nowhere, he's going to snipe a couple of these skeletal minions here. 1d20 plus 12. There's AC. Yes, please. 12 damage to both 2 and 6. And they drop to the ground. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Something that he hasn't done, that I just realized he hasn't done, he's going to activate his... he's going to activate his aspect of the pack wolf as well. So yeah, arrows go flying, smack into skeletons, they drop to the ground. Marie.
Alright, well, he moved away, so sad face. Oh well. I can still do this, and this will be helpful. You notice Phoenix's cloak, his armor starts to pulsate more. As a minor action, I activate this skill. Alchemy Burst Armor. In the ally, this is a close burst one centered on the person who I used an infusion on. Each ally in the burst takes 5 damage.
Alrighty.
Each enemy in the burst takes 5 damage?
Each enemy, yes.
Each enemy in the burst takes 5 damage. Alright.
You said each ally.
Sorry, enemy. My bad. Each enemy. Yeah, each enemy. So, there's 2 undead skeletons. Or skeletons that are knocked out. Yeah, I just blew their bones halfway across the map. This is force
5
damage.
and 6 there?
Yes. Well, 5 and 1.
5 and 1? Oh, 5 and 1. Okay.
Yeah. It's force damage, so you can just imagine her armor just going, this pulsating energy, and just boom, slow flying everywhere.
Alrighty.
I'm then going to pull out something. I'm going to pull out a small burning liquid from my pouch, and then I'm going to throw it at the big boss man, Necromancer, who wants to burn. Oh, then would you get back over there?
Yeah. Don't move it.
This is going to be versus reflex. God!
Yeah, no.
There goes. I just used one of my alchemy flames. Let me write that. Let me make sure of that, because I need to keep track of that. I shrug. I don't think anyone needs any healing, so I'm going to return.
Alrighty. Phoenix.
Alrighty then. Man, I don't like this. I don't like being in the front of everything.
You do have pulsating armor now, probably one-shot minions.
Yeah, but, you know, I wasn't hired to do this. In fact, that's what I'm going to say. As I move forward to Grassnog, I growl, I was not hired for this!
Alrighty.
And, let's see, I already used that. Okay, I suppose I could do that. Alright, I'm going to, going to use Falling Needle on Grasnog.
Alrighty.
And all those bonuses that I got from Maria are gone, right?
Yeah, aside for the defenses.
That's a hit. 22 versus reflex.
That's going to be 6 damage, ongoing 4 damage, and he's going to take a -2 penalty to attack rolls against me until the end of my next turn.
-2. Phoenix. Alright.
And ongoing 4.
Ongoing 4, yep. I did make note of that. I just didn't put the poison. Alright.
Let's see. There's not a whole lot else I could do. Yeah. I resolve.
Alrighty. Judai.
1, 2. Wait. Oops. Let me restart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going. Evie's going to use Send Attack and counter minor action.
Alrighty. Nice. 17 would be a hit against his reflex.
The target is now blinded until the end of my next turn. And
Blinded.
tackle.
Do we have a blind? Yeah, we do have a blind. Alright. So he's
Yep.
blind. So that's like a -5 to all his moves.
Yeah. Okay.
26, yes. That'll hit his AC.
1.
7 damage. He's still going.
Okay. And now in my turn.
Skeletal minions. These ones are going to stand to their feet. This one's finally going to move now that he can. He's going to charge at Evie.
Closest, so it will be
Oh, yeah,
here.
yeah, that would be. Yeah, you're right. That
Yeah,
would be
no
right
flanking.
there.
No cheap flanking.
That's fine. He doesn't need flanking. I honestly hadn't even noticed that he had flanking anyway, so. 25 versus AC?
Yeah, that'll hit.
Alright.
4 easy.
For Evie. You take 4 damage.
4 damage? Okay.
Skeletal minion 6, shift. I should really make macros of all of my monsters next time. Yeah, both of those hit. Minos takes 2 sets of 4 damage. Interestingly enough, I did not write down Minos or Robert's hit points at all.
It's like the first they've been hit.
Wow. You forgot their hit points.
I did not write. Well, I mean, they have hit points on their sheet. I just didn't write them down on my pen and paper thing. So yeah, Minos. Minos chuckles. Was that supposed to hurt? I'll show you pain.
This guy has missed every time so far, or has only been on minion control.
Skeletal minion 4, lay charge. +6, +1 for charging. 14 against AC Phoenix. Probably not.
Nope.
I didn't think so. Alrighty. Maxwell. Is your mic muted?
Yeah. I'm going to try using Twilight Falls again. Let me see if I got the range for it. Yeah, just barely. Do my burst attacks hit other players?
It will say on your card. If it says all creatures, it will. If it says only enemies, it won't.
Oh, okay. When an enemy... No. Each enemy in the burst. Okay.
He's in
Alright.
the burst. Oh, yeah. So, yep,
Yeah.
he just hits the monsters.
Okay. Alright. 20 plus...
Yeah, the card will specifically tell you what it will hit.
Mm-hmm.
My goodness.
Alright. Alright. 18 versus Will.
Alright, since you're making a burst attack, you have to make another,
Oh, yeah.
make a separate attack on each one. Was that against 2 or 6?
It was against Skeleton 6.
Alright, make me another roll for Skeleton 2 then, against Will. So 18 against Will, against number 6,
And 9 on 2.
yeah, yep. Good news, number 6 drops to the ground.
Uh-huh.
Bad news is your Twilight Falls completely misses Skeletal Minion number 2.
Okay, and, for every... The burst creates a zone that lasts until the end of your next turn. When any enemy in the zone attacks a creature, the creature has partial concealment against that enemy.
Alrighty.
I think that's only... Does it happen if it hits? Only?
Twilight Falls goes no matter what.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does that say effect or does it say...
If it has effect.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it was to require, if it required a hit, then it would say hit and then your damage and then continue the effect. If it says effect separately, that means that effect always runs whether you hit or not.
Okay, and I'm going to move Fozzie. If I move him through Minos, will I get an opportunity attack?
No. Well, hang on.
Yeah, you would from the skeleton.
Yeah, you would get an attack from Skeleton Minion number 2. Just don't forget that each of those 2 squares are difficult terrain.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, you would get an opportunity attack from Skeletal Minion number 2 if you were to try to move through Minos' square.
4, 5. Okay, how do I, like, pivot? How do I...
Spacebar.
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 Okay. Can I do this?
Yeah, that's you've got a movement speed of 6.
Okay.
So yeah, you can do that.
Can I shift as a minor action, like 1 square?
No,
No.
you can only
Okay.
shift as a move action.
Okay, I'll just leave him there, okay.
Alright. Is that it then?
Yeah.
Minos! Minos is going to look to Skeleton Minion number 2, as that's the one that attacked him, at least from my memory. That was the one that actually dealt the damage to him. Actually, no, it was both of them that dealt damage to him. What am I thinking? Whatever. He can do what? What can he do? He is going to unleash a... Oh, hey, I can do that. He's going to use his Weapon Master's Strike. 20 plus 13. Oh dear. So he pulls his sword back and he swings at the skeleton, and instead of hitting the skeleton, his sword flies right next to the skeleton's side. Great job, Minos. Great job. Krasnog. He's going to take his 4 ongoing damage. And then he's going to use his necrotic abilities to heal himself again. So that does not take him above bloodied, it looks like. Oh, nope, it does. Okay, I see that. That actually puts him right above bloodied. Alright. So that's minor action. Then he's going to... He's going to shift a square here. Then he'll be next to Eevee, but he'll be further away from Phoenix.
Even though he's blind.
Yeah. Well, he can still remember where people were before. But yes, you're right. I had actually forgotten he was blind. That blind symbol isn't very big. Sand attack is pretty awesome. Being blind, there's not much he can do except for this. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of that. He'll make a few more chanting. He'll do a little bit more chanting, and 3 more skeletons rise from the ground.
Are we at a graveyard?
He succeeds his saving throw on ongoing damage. And then Robert, who is now watching the skeletons constantly rising, and so he's going to step over here, and he's going to twin strike, but he's going to twin strike Grasnog with both of his twin strike attacks. It should be nice. So yeah, that's 2 hits in a row there. D12 plus 3. That is...
Good job.
Robert, why do you fail so much? He does a whopping 8 damage. To Grasnog.
Well, he's bloodied again.
The arrows fly through the air and stab into his shoulders, and Grasnog snarls at Robert.
He doesn't see Robert, but he still snarls
Yeah,
at
he
whoever
snarls.
did that.
Stupidly enough, he moved away from his allies and thus didn't gain anything from aspect of the pack wolf.
Yeah, that's only the downside.
Yeah.
But hey, there is a few that actually try to stay away from Bell.
Also, your strikes doesn't apply to it. Twin strike is by itself. So, yeah. Anyway,
Murray, your initiative.
Yeah, she's kind of pissed off that the boss keeps moving away from Nyx. So she's going to activate the armor again. So, skeleton number 4, please go down.
Alright, skeleton number 4, he said.
Yeah.
Skeleton 4. And he goes down.
Yep, that's post-saving armor.
Yep.
You know what? And then I'm going to use one of my encounters. I'm going to pull out a small little ball and then throw it. Let's see, this is going to be +6 versus reflex. Oh my god.
Oh man.
I'm not sure which one you're attacking,
I was
but
attacking Metros. Or Metros. It doesn't matter though, because I still rolled a 9. I'm not going to hit with anything. I'm not going to hit. Yes, I'm not going to hit with anything.
your little ball flies forward when you throw it. It rolls across the ground, and it does something. Anything else?
No, I didn't even have a mixture onto it. So I forgot to do that.
Phoenix.
What time of day is this?
What time of day is it?
It was
Roughly
like
about 5, I'd say.
Alright. I'm pissed, and I'm surrounded, and I'm not happy. I'm going to fly into the air as a move action, and I'm going to get myself into this tree here.
Alright.
And I'm going to turn toward the battlefield and screech very, very loudly. This is going to be a daily, This is going to be a close blast 3, which I do believe will hit all the enemies in it. In other words, all the enemies.
Right.
So you're going to have to give me a moment to type this out.
Yep. Copy paste.
Pretty much. Alright, it's that. No fun bonuses. And then him. Out of curiosity, would I get combat advantage for a pile of bones? Or against a pile of bones?
Sure. They are prone after all.
Yay!
Marie's inherit Carolyn's luck, apparently.
And finally, that one.
Goody!
Good luck!
So I can tell you right now that you
rolls.
missed Grasnog, I can tell you that much. Factoring minion reflex. Minion 2 you hit, so he goes down. Minion 6 you hit, he was down already. Minion 4 is a miss. Minion 9 is a hit, so he goes down. And that is that. Unless,
Alright.
of course, it deals half damage, in which case, then they would all get hit. But
It does deal half damage, but they're minions, but it will deal half damage to Grasnog.
Alrighty.
Unless he's a minion, which would be very confusing.
It would be very confusing.
He's a minion of a minion. What?
And I will just mark them all as knocked down. The ones that you missed that were already down, they don't get destroyed from half damage. So. Oh wait, no, half damage doesn't do anything.
Yeah, half
Yeah,
damage. A minion never takes damage on a miss.
That's right. These 3 are still fine. These 3 that are down, Okay, that's right, I forgot. The Grasnog will take half damage. With a roll.
There are other attacks, which is great. So, okay, so 10 damage to Grasnog.
Nice.
Those whom I hit are going to take a -2 to attack save ends. Those whom I miss are going to take a -2 to attack until the end of my next turn.
Alrighty, that's 7, 3, and 8, and 2, 9, and 4 take the... That's going to be confusing to remember.
Yeah, just scroll up.
And I am going, actually I'm in a tree right now. I'm in a very good position, so I could shift to a square adjacent to the blast, but I'm in a tree. I'm a harpy in a tree. I like where I am. So, I resolve.
With pulsating armor.
Judai.
Actually, hold on, I do have pulsating armor, don't I?
Yeah.
Judai is going
Shift
to...
There you go.
Judai's going to move up 3 squares. That's the most he can do because of the trees. And Evie is going to tackle the
Alrighty.
Grasnog.
Roll me a tackle. Hit.
Yay!
25. Very nice. Nice.
Wow. Okay. And I will end my turn.
Evie charges forward, tackles Grasnog, and when he does, Grasnog explodes into a massive explosion of dark and fire magic. And then you watch as every other skeletal minion crumbles to dust.
Sorry, I just think you was the last blow.
Flutter, get my ball shielding back.
And with that, you have destroyed Grasnog and his skeletal minions. Good job.
Flutter, checking.
That took you a bit. That took a little bit of work there.
Get the thing.
Question. How many minions were there that were left? Out of curiosity.
There were 6 that were left on the field at the end.
Alright.
Marie, what are you checking
Arcana.
again? Arcana? 17 Arcana check. You sense very, very powerful, very dark necrotic magic coming from the spell circle.
Anyone's going to check it before I destroy it? Because I'm going to be destroying it soon.
Let's see. Phoenix and Alex, you look around for some loot. Alex, upon the body of Grasnog, you find a +1 quarterstaff and cloth armor. It's just a regular +1 magic quarterstaff.
Okay.
Phoenix, you find all of the long swords and short bows that were on the 13 or 14 minions.
Right, while you're looting, I'm going to be destroying the circle. Or trying to, anyway.
Marie, with your Arcana check, you can determine that the secret to destroying the spell circle is... Actually, you can't see it right away because I have this wrong. There are 5 candles where the 5 skeletons had been standing. You understand enough about the spell circle to understand that kicking one of the candles will disrupt the spell circle and cause it to implode on itself.
Okay, well, step, load arrow. I'm going to load an arrow and shoot one of the arrows. I'm going to shoot one of the candles. Because I'm not going to be standing in that.
Alright. The candle knocks over, and then you watch as a massive amount of dark necrotic energy gathers straight into the middle of the circle and then explodes outward. Luckily, nobody was standing in the blast.
This cloth armor that I found on Grasnog, is it any different from the one that I got off the store when I first started?
No, it's just standard cloth armor. The only magical item was his quarterstaff.
Is that a staff or a quarterstaff? Because that matters. A quarterstaff is more like a fighting weapon.
It's a quarterstaff.
So yeah, I just thought of something.
So it's not a staff implement?
No, it's a quarterstaff.
I can use a quarterstaff. Is anyone... can anyone else wield a quarterstaff?
No.
Fine. I haven't even thought of anything else I was going to use as a weapon.
Yeah, I don't believe I can in any way. I got expertise in tome, so... I don't even know where to find what my proficiencies are.
They're in the builder.
Yeah.
What's your class?
It's Sire.
What?
The
Sire.
the elementalist wizard type thing.
Elementalist?
No, not elementalist. The Quizier.
It's a Sire. S-H-A-I-R.
S-H-A-I-R. Ah, there we go.
Here. Something like that.
Well, that's it. keeps logging me out. Actually, you are proficient with a dagger and a quarterstaff, as well as orbs, staves, and wands.
Nice.
However, I'm not sure if you can use a quarterstaff as an implement unless you take the feat. You can use it as a weapon, but not an implement.
Yeah, I already got the feat for tome, so...
Yep.
Well, the quarterstaff is in your hand. It's up to you who you give it to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Since you're the only one that's asking for it.
I don't really get it.
I'll actually be using it until I find something better.
Alrighty. So Phoenix gets a +1 quarterstaff.
Excellent.
Is that cloth armor +1 or?
Nope.
It's just regular.
Just regular cloth
Alright.
armor.
Okay. Just
Yeah, I think-
making sure.
Yeah.
I think everyone in our group is going to be using cloth.
Oh boy, we are going to suck.
Not my fault. I'm a clothy. I can't use heavy armor with wings.
True. And Judai doesn't wear heavy armor. So.
I will be taking unarmored agility for my next feat, but you know, basically the monks are going to be the tanks, which is bad.
Well, I'm going to be buffing your armor. Why don't we buff someone's armor?
Yep. Another thing with your Arcana check there, Marie. The other thing you could tell was that the draining of the life of the forest was being caused by that spell circle as well. You can feel that life is starting to return to the forest now that you've destroyed it.
Right. You see, Marie, I fixed it! I fixed the forest. I'm surprised Phoenix didn't think about anything about her pulsating armor.
Minos is going to step into the middle of the remnants of the circle, kind of glance around a little bit. He doesn't really find anything. I'm not even going to bother rolling a perception, because there isn't anything to find. He then turns back and he says, "Good. Looks like we've destroyed the undead army. Let's keep moving. We've got a cave to reach."
Right, cave. Let's go then. Let's
just
just get this over it.
You just need to chime in. We're getting paid extra.
Damn straight we're getting paid extra. We weren't hired to kill necromancers.
Yep.
You just see aside from Marie. Skeletor has so spoiled you. Corrupted you.
Stiletto? That's funny. That's what I call my claws.
Yeah, that's my auntie.
I like her.
You'd be surprised. My gym cannot work unless you have chocolate, too. Actually, that's actually going to be a thing, too. If Chim doesn't have chocolate, she won't work.
Interesting.
That's their fuel.
Firminus and Robert are going to call to the army now that the skeletons have all fallen. And he calls them over.
By the way, short rest.
Short rest. Alright.
Yeah.
Alright. It's going to be fun. I actually want to do this. I'm going... what would be a check to do alchemy? Alright, what type of check do you want me to roll? Because I have to redo some of my mixtures.
I have no idea. I guess just do a nature check. That'll work.
Okay. Nature check. Okay, you see Charm dancing happily. Oh, most of the stuff will come back. I had to remake something, which probably would have blown up in her face if I rolled low.
Alrighty.
Defense of being serious. It's a small bomb. Alright, so because that, I'll lose some chemical reagents because I use chemical reagents when I'm making that. You just see her mixing stuff. It's like, yeah.
Alrighty. So, take your short rest. Minos heals himself up to full. Now he has one less surge out of his 13 surges.
You can also see her remixing her healing trials because she needs to read that.
Right. Once rested up, the army begins to continue to move off towards the northwest. You and the army make your way towards the northwest for a few more hours before stopping and making camp. In the end, I guess it would be more of an extended rest in the fact that you stop, you make camp, and then the morning comes.
Oh, fun. Alright. During the extended rest, make sure on the barrel. Can I use this stuff to make something? Can't figure it out as yet.
What are you doing with what?
I'm using that bone, so I'm probably going to get the bone marrow out, and then I'm going to experiment and see what I can make.
Alrighty. Well, I will let you work with that then.
Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out what that's going to be.
Yeah.
Have fun with that. I mean, come on, picking stuff up.
So in the morning, you awaken, and Robert comes stepping over to the army and says, Minos, I'm here to report. The cave is due north of here, maybe an hour's journey. However, we have a problem. There's a massive group of orcs making their way towards the cave.
We weren't paid for this.
Minos stares at Robert and growls and says, Great. Alright then.
You have an army, why don't you use them?
Alright then, here's what we'll do. We're going to stop, we're going to make our way to the cave, and we're going to establish a base camp there. He turns to the party and he says, You. I'm putting you in charge of finding resources. The army will make their way and collect things like wood, stone, and other such resources. We are going to need food. I'm leaving you to scout out the area, find some food, and bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
I'll dig down and get some diamonds.
And I'll help.
You dig straight down, you run into lava. But since you were able to fly, you were able to not fall in lava.
I never dig straight down. It's always diagonal.
Yeah. I always think diagonal too.
Yeah.
The army makes its way over towards the cave, making the rest of the journey. You all settle near the cave, not at the cave itself. Robert and a couple of his scouts journey off into the cave to make sure that there is nothing threatening inside. Minos, however, as he watches Robert leave, rumbles and says something about, "I doubt that there's an old man in that cave. There's probably some kind of horrendous monster there. Robert better know what he's doing, and he better come back alive." A few minutes pass, and Robert and his scouts do in fact return, still completely alive and completely intact.
Found a white rabbit, that was it.
And a leprechaun.
His scouts have with him a beautiful elfin woman dressed in a green robe with very bright, beautiful blonde hair. She is bound by rope and tossed in front of Minos. Minos stares at her. Minos stares at her. "And who are you, elf?" The elf looks up at Minos and says, "I am Elena. I am the apprentice of Master Goodwin." Minos looks at Elena and says, "Ah, then you know where Goodwin is. Is he in the cave?" Immediately, Elena bursts into tears, just tears rolling down her cheeks as she starts crying, and she shouts, "He was killed by a dragon. They killed him. I don't know why, but we went to find this white light. It crashed into a waterfall nearby, and we went after it. Goodwin said it was important, and then a dragon, it killed him, sir."
Insight check.
You just see Trent going, "We didn't get paid for this."
Insight check, 20. You can clearly tell that she is, in fact, completely telling the truth. There's absolutely no lies. Minos.
In that case, I'm going to step up. Guys, she's telling the truth. The old man is dead. Now step off. Seriously, you're pissing me off.
Minos growls at Phoenix for a moment, but sighs.
John flies over and nods.
Robert
Agreeing with Phoenix.
Robert looks to Minos and says, "I believe what Phoenix is saying. The Wood Elves are not known for lying, sir." Minos begrudgingly grumbles again and says, "Very well. We will take this elf back to Asgard with us." Robert immediately pipes up, saying, "Sir, we do not have time to leave this land. The orcs will be upon us in only a short time. I can send a messenger to Asgard, and they can bring reinforcements. But we will have to keep this elf under guard until they can arrive." Minos smirks at that, turns to the horizon and says, "Ah, good. Let's slay us some orcs, then." End of that.
I move over to Elena, and drawing a dagger, I cut her bonds.
Alright.
Help her to her feet.
Elena smiles at you. "Thank you." She's still, of course, crying because of the memory of her master, but still.
I put an arm around her and stick with me, kid. You'll be fine.
At this point where he walks up and speaks in Elven, says everything's going to be alright in Elven.
Elena nods. Oops. Maxwell stepped under Fuzzy. I think Alex has his mic muted too, because I don't know if he's trying to say anything or not.
Oh no, I'm just coming in.
Okay.
So, Elena is not hurt, right?
No. Well, she has some injuries from being dragged by the scouts and being bound and whatnot, but they're minor injuries.
He's going to do a health check because of that.
Making
I got the healer. I kind of like how the healer's not even doing that.
Using what knowledge you have of healing Pokemon, you bandaged the couple of wounds she has. She's not too happy when you try to spray potion on her arms, but
I say the potion on her.
she's.
It's funny. She goes, I could use my alchemy on you. It's a lot worse. It stings a hell of a lot worse.
In either case, though, she is thankful for healing her. Speaking of which, experience for the Grasnock fight, 300 experience, and that is the end of this week's encounter. Next week, actually next week there will not be a session because my church is doing a night service. So I won't even be around next week. So 2 weeks from now we'll be continuing, and you guys will get to fight some orcs.
Thank you very much, Emily. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
was fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're enjoying it so far. To the YouTubers watching, check back in 2 weeks if you know you're watching this when it first aired, and I will have the next episode, should have the next episode out. So thank you everyone for joining, and you are free to do free RP at this point.